5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get it. The name is Law Nation. Without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend or one of your neighbors know where to go. And they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk, and I mean this, beyond. Come on. As the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that too, smash the like button. Let's go. Come on.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
It's down to these two guys right here, ladies and gentlemen. Mike McCarthy, Dak Prescott. We got that going on. Coaches on the hot seat. Everything is on Dak Prescott. That's the reality of it. It ain't nothing you can do about it, ladies and gentlemen. But when? I don't have any control of the outcome of the game for those who need to know. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Come on. Shout out to the notification squad up. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. What's good? All right. Come on. We playoff Cowboys, baby. Come on. All right. Read the tea leaves, everybody. Read the tea leaves. All right, so it goes to this right here. We have finally got a coach to give us 12-5, 12-5. And now all of the pundits, all of the critics saying, hey, is this coach is on the hot seat? Is this a win, a must-win game, right? If they lose, they got to get rid of this particular coach. And it's quite strange to me that we held on to a coach for over 9 years by the name of Jason Garrett. And I looked through his resume, and I haven't seen 12-5, 12-5. I didn't see the fact that you lose your starting quarterback for 5 games, right, with a broken hand or thumb. I didn't see where on his resume you look at the aspect of your left tackle goes down, you drafted a rookie tackle/guard guy, right? That a lot of people scoffed at that pick by the name of Tyler Smith, and they inserted him day one at left tackle, and you elevated Connor McGovern as that guard guy who pretty much was in his quasi-second year playing at that spot, who primarily played all of his life either center or right guard, right? So you did all of that wholesale changes, right? You lost your boy Anthony Brown. You lost your guy Jordan Lewis. And yet we are looking at this situation. Let me say this, because I think the beautiful Jane Slater went over this just a little bit. For context, appreciate you, Lamont. Thank you for your super chat and your support.
It really is stability, Rhett, because I don't know if Cowboys fans are paying enough attention to this, and I talked about this leading up to the game. The Cowboys have had 4 different line combos this year. They've had so many injuries. They've been working on it throughout the week, getting guys 10 to 12 reps as they shuffle the line. But the only guy that's been a constant there is Zach Martin. And when I went up to Zeke, I like to go up to these players sometimes and say, explain this to me like you would a 6th grader. Why was the run game struggling? They only managed 64 yards on 24 attempts, the longest carry 9 yards, and I was told it was defensive line shifts. So I dug further with a few folks on that. Once the offensive line makes their checks and calls the defensive line, then basically that line shifts their gap responsibilities the last second. Now that's tough to counter, and it's been happening a lot this season. Washington linebackers came right at your face. I was told Tampa does this too, but they're going to do it from the perspective of they'll swim move on you. So you can't be too aggressive. In other words, they've got to sort of sit back, and as lame as it sounds, they've got to get back to the fundamentals. Make sure that they have a strong base, their hands in the right place. Just get back to simplifying this thing because this thing has gotten out of whack here as of lately. And when you consider the linebacker challenge that Tampa Bay has, Devin White, Levante David, this could get ugly for them. So they're hoping with the return of a guy like Tyler Biotish, that helps because, again, when they lost Tyler Biotish, Connor McGovern went in at center. They kicked out the rookie Tyler Smith over to the left guard position, and then they put Jason Peters over there at left tackle. And so that's a lot of guys moving on that offensive line and not a lot of continuity there. So I know that sounds a little simplistic, but that does explain some of the issues that they were having offensively.
All right, so that's Jane Slater on it. And for one, I'm going to say, man, hey, let's not give out all of the information, players, right? When a reporter asks you, what's going on? Why did you guys didn't do X? Why didn't you guys do Z? What's going on with this particular situation? Just be bland and vanilla with it and say, hey, they caught us off guard. You know, don't give the detailings of how the opposition were able to expound on things so that other people can copy, basically. Players and coaches that speak to people like Jane Slater and beyond. I love what Jane Slater do, by the way. I'm not saying that she's an informant, but those are things that we all have to contextualize as it relates to this thing called football. It's warfare. One thing I can tell you for sure, those are not excuses. Let me repeat. Those are not excuses. Let me say it one more time. Those are not excuses. These are facts. No one touches the ball more than the center. The center 100% touch the ball. The center points out the mic. The center calls the line adjustments. The center also make necessary move on that offensive line. You can get away with it a few times, but it's hard to get away with it most of the time. When you are the center, you got to have communications with your person to the right of you and the person to the left of you, and they got to relay it all the way down to the tackles. That's why it's so hard to play the center spot in the National Football League. So by inserting my guy Connor McGovern in that spot, who pretty much is a good athlete, man, we can't put that against him. But to think that he's going to have the same outcome as Tyler Biotish, I got land on the moon for sale. To contextualize this, ladies and gentlemen, to think that Dak Prescott would trust said offensive front line, it's not going to happen. I went over this earlier and we talked about the trust. Let me just play this video one more time for those who didn't get a chance to watch my episode yesterday.
Take a look at one issue of the Cowboys. In the stack is Gallup and CD Lamb. Gallup is going to run off the coverage here, and CD is going to slow play it. All right? You see it. He's going to slow play it, but he's going to be open. Now, Dak is looking for his favorite target, CD Lamb. All right, so he's looking right at him. Now, right here, CD's open. But Dak has already started to move. And when he moves, he's got nothing, and he throws it away. Now, why did he move? All right, let's go. Jason Peters, the left tackle. Tyler Smith, left guard. Here we go. You can see he's looking right for CD. He's waiting for him. There's a tick where he's got to be more patient and trust Jason Peters and the protection and make the throw. I saw this with Amari Cooper a lot, but now he just doesn't like it. The timing is the biggest problem I see. The timing, specific timing, the timing of a watchmaker, just the precision needed is just not quite there. And what does he do? He throws it over to, who caught that?
All right, so one can argue and say, all right, I get what you're saying, Brian Baldinger, but hey, that's just Dak right there, man. You know, he got to be able to trust his offensive line. Now, we went over two accounts, one from Jane Slater, who never played in the NFL, right, who never probably threw the football or what have you, and I'm not discounting her because she's a lady. But what I'm saying is, well, she gathered together the same information that Brian Baldinger just said. the trust, the moving of the chairs of the offensive line. Look, you got to have continuity. You got to have that ability. You got to have that ability to say to yourself, I trust in this offensive line. I understand what this offensive line can do. And that is hard to do in a meaningless game. And we went over other things on the final word just last night about majority of this stuff. I got the playmaker. His interview is on 105.3 The Fan. I had multitudes of people to reach out to me and say, hey, Law, did you listen to the playmaker this morning? No, I was busy doing my job, but I'm about to play it now, though. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in and being part of this. Shout out to you, Lord King. Thank you. And we had a super chat from Lamont, man. Come on, sweet Carolina. Take Kellen Moore. Yeah. Come on, man. You know what? I was going to lead off with the Kellen Moore thing, but one thing I can say, y'all, Kellen Moore, he is a wonderful. Let's go up to this right here because I want to be able to let people know, Carolina Panthers, if you somehow get Kellen Moore, you're going to have a brilliant offensive guy, minded. He's one of the tops in the league. I think he's the greatest offensive coach all to man. And look, there's no one smarter than Kellen Moore. Carolina Panthers, please don't take Kellen Moore away from us, man. We need Kellen Moore. Come on, y'all. Yes, indeed. So, hey, y'all, we don't want Kellen Moore to go, right? We want to keep Kellen Moore. Thank y'all for the super chat, man. And thank those who super chatted last night. And if I didn't get a chance to get around to you and you all that's here, man, I appreciate y'all so much. But we don't want Kellen Moore to go. No. We don't want Kellen Moore to go. We need Kellen Moore, man. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread for us, man. Speaking of this, look how brilliant and wonderful this play is, y'all. This is a brilliant play. Look, I can't make this stuff up. Kellen Moore, man, we need to see more of Kellen Moore, right? We don't need to let Kellen Moore go. I don't want to see Kellen Moore gone. We need to see more and more of this with the Cowboys, right? That reverse psychology for those who don't know. Yes, indeed, baby.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns. But there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Look at this play right here, man. Just a wonderful play. Just a brilliant play altogether, man. I can't draw this play up better. And that somehow, I promise you, that play was Dak Prescott's fault. You say it's 1,000% his fault. He should never been in that situation. I promise you, if they ran the play like Coach Kellen Moore said run it, you know what I mean? That play would have been tremendous in a good way for us, man. So, oh my gosh, man. So it is what it is at this point. And what I want, it should be an actual prize. If you get Kellen Moore, please, for the love of God, can you take Doug Nussmeier too? Can you take Doug Nussmeier too? Let me just check out this play one more time. All I need is that circus music right behind it, and it'll really bump this play up. You know what I mean?
What's up, buddy? What's up?
What do you think of what Stephen A. said about what Jerry told us yesterday?
Well, first of all, Stephen A. That's one word I never try. It was one word I try to stay away from on TV. Especially in our business, that someone's lying, because it's not really a lie. But if we're trying to not give you all the truth, that's one thing. And that's it.
Oh, my bad. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm playing it out of order. I was supposed to went here first. Let's go here to the D League, and then we go over here to the pros. So bear with me. I got to play this audio for context first. All right, y'all just bear with me. Boom.
Could anything happen in this playoff game Monday that could put Mike McCarthy's job status in question for next year?
No. I don't even want to. No. That's it. I don't need to go into all the pluses or minuses, but we're not basing. I've got a lot more to evaluate Mike McCarthy on than this playoff game.
That's it. All right, so my guy, Jerry Wayne Jones, you know what I mean? You know, he's one of the guys that is hard to crack. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to figure him out. Because he said in his heart and his mind he can see Jason Garrett coaching us in the Super Bowl, right? He can literally see Jason Garrett lifting up that Lombardi trophy, right? When he was here for all of that stretch and length of time. And I'm on record, man. I go to my grave. You can carve it into my tombstone. Just cremate me, but, you know, just carve it into my urn or something, you know. The Cowboys literally would have had a Super Bowl appearance if they held on to Bill Parcells as long as they did with Jason Garrett. I truly believe that the talent that this particular team had, we had the lack of coaching. Now, granted, I believe Bill Parcells was just burnt out and he had to walk away from it. But I think that the TO was the last straw for him, the straw that broke the camel's back or what have you, however that saying goes. And he just walked away from it, allegedly, right? Or forced and squeezed away from it. And we brought in Wade Phillips. And truth be told, even if the Cowboys, I'm just giving you guys this for context, right? Even if the Cowboys went to Wade Phillips and said, you know what? We for dog sure like you. We like you, but we love him. That red-headed guy over here, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones. Should have said Jason Garrett. We love him. We like you. What we going to do, although we paying you guys the same remuneration, he's going to be the head coach because I'm the owner, and what I say go. And unfortunately, you're going to be the defensive coordinator. I think that would have made out everything work even better versus the hoodwink stuff, versus the slick stuff, versus the snakes, you know. What up, Law Nation? Preaching last night. Appreciate you, Revel Rail. Appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed, man. Bill was your favorite coach. Appreciate you, Tyler. I just think that there was a Super Bowl in there. I think the discipline was an issue with us, and then some other crazy unhard coaching moments got in the way of this team. And truth be told, I feel similar like that now. I like Kellen Moore for what he brings to the table on some things, but not all things. I see the youth, you know, what he's like, 32, 33 years of age. He's a young man. So I can see some of the things that, okay, he does this in a good moment, right? But he does this in a terrible situation. You can't get experience out of nothing, right? You got to live through it. Old folks say ain't nothing like ball sense, meaning that they went through it, they lived through it. I've been there, I done that. You know what I'm saying? You know, they were saying that way before my boy said, I beat it up. Yeah, I've been there, I done that. You know, they were saying that way before old boy said that song or made that song. Y'all know how it goes. Some of y'all listen to old folks all the time. So what I'm saying here is that, yes, Dak Prescott, I'm saying it. He need a stern coach. He need hard coaching. He don't need somebody to say, oh, gosh, darn it, we'll catch him next time. No, he needs somebody to have spit in their mouth when they say, don't you go there. You know? You know, you need that sometimes. Somebody that can say, hey, when I call the play that run the play that I sent in. You know, they need that sometimes, you know. Cowboy Nation all day and night. Kellen Moore, no more. Yeah, we need somebody seasoned and know how to scheme. Yes, Chris 214. Y'all following me. But Mike McCarthy, at times, he appears to be docile, right? Mike McCarthy, at times, he appears to be the beta male. At times, I'm not calling him beta, you know, but we for dog sure know that Kellen Moore is beta. You know, you can see it, man. You can see it on the face he's beta. I don't think that he's I don't even think that he would yell when he stump his toe. You know what I'm saying? So we know for sure. And I'm not trying to call out people, but that's just what it is. And I could be 1,000,000% wrong. Kellen Moore can be chewing people out in those meetings. Kellen Moore can be slamming doors and slamming tablets down in the meetings and say, what the hell you was thinking about going there? You know, why you didn't run the play I told you to run? You know what I'm saying? He could literally be doing that. He could be, yo. You know, he could be, man.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
He could be.
Definitive
What?
answer. Jerry Jones says no. What? Kmart, that's a definitive answer. You asked him a question, he said no. Do you believe him?
Every morning, Dominique walks in here and says, "How do I look?" And I lie right to his face. I say, "Yeah, you look great." I'm not telling the truth. I'm telling him what he wants to hear. I'm saying, what would help me in this exact moment get out of this question? Oh, you look great. You look outstanding, Dominique. It's the same thing.
You know how we know you lying? Because everybody knows that I know I look great. At no point in my life have I ever asked anybody how I look. I wake up feeling fantastic. And Jerry Jones feels the same way about his bank account, but he does not feel that way about the coach. The more I listen to the quote, the less confidence I have in him, because he said no and started to explain and then just stopped mid-sentence. No.
Well, we all know how you got to lie sometime to kick it. You know, that's just how it is. You know, you can't be, as they say, little white lie won't hurt anybody, right? You know, that's just how it goes. This land is your land. This land is my land. Yeah. Little white lie won't hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? What's mine's yours, yours mine's. You know what I mean? And you keep moving them off, man. Trail of tears. But you know how it goes. People will lie to kick it. People will lie to steal your intentions. You know what I'm saying? People will lie to steal your resources, to steal your information. And sometimes when a lady say, how this dress look, it'd be better to say, hey, baby, that dress look good on you. Instead of you being painted into a corner. You know what I'm talking about, fellas. So that's just how it goes. How was it? You don't say I had better. Especially when somebody cooked a good meal for you and they put in a lot of time. You don't say, yeah, I had better. You just say, all right, it was good. The thought was good. That's just how it goes.
If you look back at the Jason Garrett years, that suggests that Jerry Jones is going to stick by his coach. But he seems a little bit uneasy and uncomfortable. When you hear him talk about Dak, when you hear him talk about McCarthy, the certainty that he normally has in his voice, it's not there. He can't even get to the end of his sentence.
Fair, but I will say he gave a direct answer. They said, is he coaching for his job? And Jerry Jones said no. Chris Canty, do you believe him?
No, you can't trust a guy that says 1 + 1 = 3. You can't buy into that. But beyond that, we saw the history with Jerry Jones, how he treated Chan Gailey, and we're talking about Mike McCarthy being in his 3rd year. Jerry Jones touted Mike McCarthy as the guy that was going to give him over the hump, and the big selling point was he had a Super Bowl ring on his resume. But guys, it's been a long time since that 2010 season. I mean, a long time. And if you're
ask Aaron Rodgers about it.
looking at the trends of coaches that make Super Bowl appearances since 2015, we've seen a coach in every single Super Bowl that within his first 3 seasons with the team has gotten to the big game. 2015, Gary Kubiak. 2016, Dan Quinn. 2017, Doug Peterson. 2018, Sean McVay. 2019, you had your boy Kyle Shanahan. 2020, Bruce Arians. Last year, Zach Taylor. Hey man, Mike McCarthy, you on deck?
All right, so in their 3rd season, I think that my Cowboys can win the Super Bowl. I'm just that kind of crazy guy. But they got to prove it. They got to go through it. But if all come down to it that the Cowboys don't, I don't think that getting rid of Mike McCarthy strengthens that chance for next season. I don't think that. I think that you hold on to Mike McCarthy, let him coach out his particular contract. He got 2 more years with this organization and franchise, and then you revisit it at that point. Their contract is marrying each other. Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy, both of their contract end pretty much in the same time parameter. I think that you would do it that way versus, okay, let's get rid of Mike McCarthy, bring in someone new, a whole different coach. Let me ask y'all this. What should be the coach, or who should be the coach? That's a better way of saying it. Who should be the coach if Mike McCarthy is gone? And learning and understanding the tendencies of the Cowboys. What will happen here is I think that the Cowboys like to elevate a coach from within. And that would be kind of crazy for the Cowboys to look at this particular game on Monday night and say, all right, based upon this game, this sole reason of this game, we are firing him for that. Now, you guys give a lot of grace and mercy to Sean Payton. And we said this, the Saints, who had talent upon talent, and I know it's going to be overlooked or what have you. Drew Brees and everybody else on that particular team is going to be overlooked. But I don't think that a coach for the Cowboys team can ever walk around and say they go 7-9, 7-9, and 7-9 and still be viewed upon as a good coach. I just don't see that. Even regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what happened, because the 8-8 years, even with Jason Garrett, he had a slew of injuries, a whole bunch of other things to go wrong, and he was learning on the job. And his outcome was better than a guy who perceived to have more knowledge than him by the name of Sean Payton. And I'm not taking a dump on Sean Payton, but I'm looking at Sean Payton as half of a man when you come here to coach in Cowboys land, because here are the truths. You will still have Jerry Jones having 2 radio shows a week, his son having 1 or 2 radio shows a week, the 4-letter, the 3-letter networks all in the face with the camera, and the expectations, regardless of the outcome, will still be the same. Will still be the same. We are, like I said before, we are expecting Mike McCarthy to do things that Jimmy Johnson couldn't have done, nor Tom Landry, the great Tom Landry. He couldn't do these type of things in 3 years. So that's what we are expecting, which is as Cowboy fans, I'm not saying lower your expectations, but here's the truths of it. It's not easy winning in the National Football League. Newsflash. 12 wins right now for the Jets. They're having a parade right now. 12 wins for the Giants. They are in the playoffs, yes, but they really be talking noise. Right? Look what the Eagles are doing now with 13 wins. You can't hush those birds up now, Last season they won 9. And they said, hey, man, they only see Super Bowl. Now they seeing multiple Super Bowls in their minds. So back-to-back 12 seasons, I'm not saying that we should be popping champagne bottles for this, but it's not easy, baby. It's not.
Well, it's speed rapping. Right now, the best thing that Mike McCarthy has done outside of the back.
14 wins. My bad. See, they even over here on the Cowboys Syndicate show, and they say, wait a minute, hold on, it's 14, Lord. Well, 14 wins. My bad. I didn't mean to shortchange y'all. 14 wins for the Eagles. I mean, you can't hush those birds up, right? Shout out to the Eagles right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Y'all, you guys are making me proud. I'm proud of you. I can't wait to see y'all, because I'm going to bring up this word that you guys try to put on us. No excuses. There should be no excuses. There should be 0 excuses for the Philadelphia Eagles. And all of the movement that you guys done this offseason, look, believe it or not, like Ripley's, they did all of those movements. And shout out to Howie Roseman and all of those boys. I'm giving them their flowers. They still have more cap space than us. You know what I mean? And we can't use the old saying that, hey, man, that's because we signed Dak Prescott is the reason why we don't have cap space. Bull sugar. Who remembered? They gave Carson Wentz similar contract to Dak. They moved on from him, got more and more resources back from that, a whole bunch of other stuff that happened between that time frame. But they saw what was needed for their team, and they capitalized off of it. I know that they want to bang on the table saying that Jalen Hurts is MVP, But I'm quite sure Jalen Hurts wouldn't be Jalen Hurts if it wasn't for A.J. Brown, if it wasn't for the weapons that they got also on the defensive side of the coin, right? But that's a story of another day. I'm not finna dive deep into that detailings there. Let's go.
Back winning seasons is shepherding the team in a.
Let's go. Play audio. Come on, thing. There we go.
5-game stretch where he didn't have Dak Prescott this year and they went 4-1. That's the best thing he's done. That's it. It's got to be more than that. We can't all of a sudden move the goalposts and say, oh, because he's a good coach, we can't fire him. No, it's a results-driven business. If you don't get to the big game, then I can fire you.
What else would you evaluate him on?
Well, I mean, he's won games in the regular season, and that is a reasonable standard of measure. He's won 24 games the last 2 years.
No, I think you're right. Obviously, you're right. But I'm saying in Dallas, reasonable is not the word. Everything is heightened in Dallas. So if you're telling me, oh, well, he had a good regular season, that is not enough.
All right, then I'm going to change the goalpost. I'm going to move the goalpost on D. Wood. This is not a question we were planning, but you just made me think of it. And D. Wood, you said that you're feeling exhausted this morning, so I'm going to make you even more tired. If you were making the decisions and they lose Monday night and they don't look good doing it, would you change coaches?
Yes.
You would?
Yes.
It's time for that change.
You see how he didn't hesitate?
I mean, it's real simple to me. Why keep going with the status quo? The status quo is, I'm going to do well in the regular season, but then, wet the bed in the postseason. We've seen that. We've seen this remix time and time and time again. Okay, when I hear a remix.
All right, I need for context. How long did Tony Dungy coached over there in Indianapolis? How long did he coach over there under or with Peyton Manning? I need to know that answer there. And I'm quite sure that there were many times that they were one and done. I just don't even feel like pulling up the research. I just need for you guys to do that for me right quick. Because from one, I get it. Now, first and foremost, I get it. I flat out get it. The Colts, whole different franchise and organization than the Cowboys. But it was 8+ years, right, Con? Appreciate you, Con. So it was 8+ years. Now, I know if I say this, a third of you guys are going to say, hell yeah. Is Peyton Manning better than Dak Prescott? And let me hear y'all say it. You know what I mean? Y'all going to say that, right? He is better. All right? So if Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison and Dallas Clark are all of those boys as a weapon, as a long stay, is better than what we have over here, right? For what they had, far as resources, they are a better team. They had a better head coach. They had better offensive line. They didn't have Saturday saying, okay, I can't play this week, I'm going to play next week. No, they had a legitimate, great offensive line. They had a Hall of Fame running back. It had started off with Marshall Faulk. He was there only for a cup of coffee during the stay with Peyton Manning. Then they went and got Adrian James, who was flat out, he got a gold jacket, right? He got a gold jacket. Do Adrian James got a gold jacket? Yes. So the expectations for the Cowboys are to do things that even a Hall of Fame running back, quarterback, and 2 wide receivers weren't able to do. And we are thinking that Noah Brown, our number 2 wide receiver is Noah Brown. We got another guy by the name of T.Y. who's 33 years old. I think T.Y. is older than Kellen Moore. And the young phenom that we got is C.D. Lamb. We are expecting. I think Frank Gore was gone. Frank Gore didn't come to after Peyton Manning left there. It was Joseph Adai. But I'm going all the way back, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we are expecting the Cowboys to do those type of things. Shout out to you, Trey. Yeah, that math for you, I appreciate you. 1 4 1 4 2 4 1 equals 4. Yeah, I feel you. Quest 4 for 6. I appreciate you for the numbers. Yeah, so I want people to understand that if the world thought like the media thinks for other teams, that will be impossible for them to win. It will be flat out impossible for them to win. Let me repeat, it'll be flat out impossible for Tony Dungy over there in Colts to only be there for 3 years And they say, you know what? You're not getting it done with this guy. He's a first-round draft pick. You're going to have a perennial wide receiver that's going to one day be a Hall of Famer and a running back. I don't give a dog. You're supposed to be a defensive-minded person, Tony Dungy. Right? Kenneth Lott says, let Dak throw, put Dak in a passing offense, then Dak would carry us to multiple Super Bowls with Dak winning multiple Super Bowl MVPs. This is Kenny Lott. Wait a minute. You my dog, Kenneth. You know, I like Dak Prescott. But I don't like him into that degree, into that fashion, you know, objectively speaking. I'm not shortchanging the brother. I'm not saying that he can't. I've literally seen with my natural eyes Dak Prescott throwing for 500 yards. I've seen him throw for 455 yards against the Eagles one year. I think that was the year that the first year with Amari Cooper, y'all look it up, type 455, you'll see his name face and the Cowboys logo, him scorching that Eagles up for 455 yards. I've seen him do those things, but I look at Dak Prescott as a guy that can play off of play action, you know, run the ball. He will be a weapon in that light. I get it. Everybody love the gaudy numbers. Everybody want those numbers. Everybody want a quarterback to throw for 350 to 400 yards on a consistent basis and sling the ball all over the field. But I come here to tell y'all beautiful people that's watching, those are John Madden numbers. Those are old school Tecmo Bowl numbers and these sorts of things. I want my quarterback to be in a system whereas we are run first dominant. Hey, keep him anywhere between 24 to 27. That's his optimum, right? He started the law of diminishing rates of return, falls off at 30. So I want to keep him right in that grace. I want to. Look this up. I want you guys to look up Big Ben Roethlisberger, the 2 Super Bowls that he won under his belt. He wasn't elite at the time. He was managing the game. They kept him in between that number. They played good defense. They had a 2 running back system. Fast Willie Parker, Big Jerome Bettis, the bus, baby. And that's how they won that Super Bowl. And if you look back to even Russell Wilson, him and Geno Smith, the same person, within the system. It's crazy. Geno outside of the system looked like Russell. Russell inside of the system now look like Geno. You know, that's the craziest thing. You put that type of parameter and trust and believe. The time that Russell won his Super Bowl, the dude averaged over, I think, 100, right at max 180 passing yards a game. It was good for him. Had the LOB. And when they tried to make him to something that he's not, instead of turning into a butterfly, he turned into a moth. You know, look, keep it simple. Let's go. Let the AI speak on it, though. Oh, shoot, she can't talk. Here you go. Here she go. I thought she was going to speak on it. She fixed up sometimes she not, y'all. But I appreciate y'all so much. All right. But y'all know how it goes. Kenneth Lott says, can Dak be the best quarterback in football? Oh, now she want to talk. Okay. Here she goes. She's late to the party, but you woke her up.
Kenneth Lott, $20. Let Dak throw. Put Dak in a passing offense. Then Dak will carry us to multiple Super Bowl victories, with Dak winning multiple Super Bowl MVPs.
No doubt. Appreciate you so much for your love and adulations, Kenneth. You know.
Kenneth Lott, $20. Let Dak throw.
She gonna talk all day now. But that's just how it goes. Appreciate you, Kenneth Lott. Can Dak be the best quarterback in football? To what degree? To what degree? To what degree? That's how you have to look at it. I would look at it like this. Run the ball, and that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Run the ball, and from there, the credit will be given to you. The credit will be given to you. Shout out to you, Charles Williams, times 50. Appreciate you for your stars, and shout out to you, Trey. Thank you for your 25 stars. Appreciate you. So you guys get what I'm saying. It's not about being the best quarterback. It's not. Shout out to you, Trey. It's not about being the best. Trent Difford will go to his grave with a Super Bowl ring, and Dan Marino would love to just put it on. You see what I'm saying? Dan Marino would love to put that ring on. But anybody who knows the levels of football know that Dan Marino was a better quarterback than Trent Dilfer, right? So the same could be said about Brad Johnson and beyond. You do what you need to do in order to win the game. It's a complete game. Everybody get the ring at the end. So that's what people need to do. Trent Dilfer, Brad Johnson, Joe Flacco, Eli, right? The list go on and on. And all of those quarterbacks for that year that they won the Super Bowl can sit back and say, yeah, he good now, but I got me hardware, you know? Stafford got one. Yeah, consolation prize, right?
I want something fresh and popping. I want something fresh and popping. I don't need to hear the same old. I need something new. Okay, so if the Dallas Cowboys come out here and wet the bed against a team that finished, what was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the terrible NFC South? If they lose that game, it's over. I need somebody else.
What do you think, Kmart?
I want to hear the new mixtape myself.
No doubt. All right, so speaking of that, Troy Aikman, during his time playing with the silver and blue on, he didn't finish the best quarterback in that year from a stat league or what have you when you look at the stats and you crunch the stat numbers. But lo and behold, he lifted up that Lombardi trophy, even though he put the ball in the belly of Emmett, right? No one to this day got more playoff touchdowns than Emmitt Smith at 19, right? During that run and during that stretch. He put the ball in the belly of Michael Irvin, in the belly of Moose Johnson. Hey, third down machine, Jay Novacek. But what will happen over a course of time? Shoot, the Mandela effect will creep in, and then you'll look back and say, oh, he was the best quarterback. He was better than John Elway. He was better than Jim Kelly. He was better than Dan Marino. He was better than anybody. You know, there were people that for the Cowboys were rooting for Steve Berline to get out there, right? Because they saw him play and they said, oh, he got to be better than Troy. But I would rather be on the end of the argument once the quarterback is able to lift up that Lombardi trophy. The Mandela effect going to do his work because 15 years from now, people only going to remember the success. Everything else fades away. Everything else fades away. Look, I can literally yell out Trent Dilfer, but if you have to ask me, hey, name me the other player that was on that team, I have to say, hold on for a second, let me go to Google. I can remember Brad Johnson. The quarterback name will forever be remembered. That's just how it goes. That's just the price of doing business, right? Everything else fades away. Like I said, the moment Pat Mahomes got that one Super Bowl, he will forever be mentioned. Hey, that's a great quarterback. That's a marvelous quarterback. They would forget, 5 years from now, they would forget the running back name. He will fade away. All of his works, all of his stuff that he did to help win that game will go away, and they will only remember Pat Mahomes. They will only remember, and I'm not discounting Pat Mahomes. That's just how it goes. Those first 3 Super Bowls that Tom Brady won, shoot. Look, y'all already forgot about the kicker on the first toe. What was the kicker name? If it wasn't for his foot, Tom Brady won't have those first 2 or 3 Super Bowl rings. But now it is forever permeated into the minds of, hey, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback that ever walked this earth. Vinatieri, yes, shout out to y'all. Yeah, y'all got some good memory. Vinatieri, what number he was? You know what I'm saying? Stop pulling up Google. Yes, indeed. Lord, that's not true. Tampa had pure Hall of Famers and Pro Bowlers. Yeah, they had so many Pro Bowlers that we forgetting. We forgetting that John Lynch didn't have the resume that Darren Woodson have, but they inserted him in because they won that Super Bowl. And all it takes is one Super Bowl to inflate. Now, I'm not discounting John Lynch, but he can't hold a candle to Darren Woodson, right? But you can't, look, you remember Barber, you can remember Lynch, but you ain't going to remember all of them. But you for dog sure, another 20 years from now, you will always remember Brad Johnson. You will always remember Trent Difford for the Ravens, right? You will always remember those guys. Keyshawn Johnson, yeah. Who was the other wide receiver? You see what I'm saying? There's 11 players on a team. Well, 22 collectively, they're starting. 53, 48 active day. Or 46, what is it, 48 or 46? One of those numbers. Let's go over to the playmaker, who people will always remember, one of the great 88s.
And that's plausible in this business. That's what we do.
Yep.
It's like, I'm not going to tell you the first 15 damn plays I'm going to run. You can ask me, and I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to run it. But it's not a lie. I'm just not giving you it all because of the competition and the battling. It's, why should Jerry say, yeah, you're going to be fired if we don't win this game? Why would you even send that? Why would you send that into your playoff week? So, it's just, yeah, that's what it is. I don't think, I certainly wouldn't say Jerry's lying, but I do believe, and I see, I saw this morning where ESPN said, well, Chan Gailey went to back-to-back playoffs and he still got fired. That was a totally different thing. Everybody wanted Chan Gailey.
Y'all stop using Google now. I know y'all using Google, Simeon Rice, Keenan McCardell. Y'all still using Google over there. Don't lie to kick it. Don't lose life on this plane trying to lie to kick it with me. Y'all know for good and well what I'm saying. The quarterback name will forever. Put it like this. The win-losses is considered a quarterback stat, not Keenan McCardell stat, not a Warren Sapp stat, not a Shay Sharp stat. It is always considered a quarterback stat. I can literally type in how many games Troy Aikman won in his time with the Cowboys, and it will spit out a stat, I think 94 games. I can't put in how many games did Emmitt Smith won when he was a Cowboy player. It's not gonna put that out as a stat. We can go to any stat references. What I'm saying is the stat and the mindset of all teams will always be upon the quarterback. I promise you, another 15 years from now, it could be sooner. Eli Manning will be considered a Hall of Famer way before Tony Romo. Why? Because he got hardware. But if I sit down and I go line for line, give me Tony Romo over Eli any day. That's just how it goes, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. That's just how it is.
Yeah. I mean, everybody on the team wanted Chan Gailey out. To be totally honest with you, we never really accepted it anyway when he changed that offense. This is a whole different thing. You go back-to-back 12, 13 wins, you see 12-win seasons and everything. It's hard to get rid of a coach when he does that. This playoff game is huge, Joe. It really is. It's big. It's how it plays. If he goes in and plays like that, boy, like that boo and boo or that do and do we saw last night, last week, yeah, man, I'm going to go over there and pack his bags. Get him up out of here.
Does last week matter?
Only it depends on how he plays. We can't say last week doesn't matter until we see how they play this week.
Yeah.
I'll skirt last week if you show up and send Tom home, but I'm not going to skirt last week if you show up and play like you played last week this week. Then it becomes a problem. And that's where the Mike McCarthy stuff has to start coming into play. How the hell can you show up like you showed up last week? With I know it was week 18.
Right.
I know you really didn't have a shot at the number 1 seed because San Fran wasn't going to lose. And I really like where you are. I ain't necessarily even want the number 2 seed, even if it means he gets the playoff game home, because I wanted to see Tom in this first round because of what I've seen all season out of Tom. We've been putting up 30-some points, not this last game, of course, but they've been struggling to put up points. So it seemed like a good matchup to start with and get a notch up under our belt. Now they just got to go get it done. And if they show that junk they showed last week on a football field again, then every damn body needs to be fired.
Michael Irvin here.
Yeah, he said everybody need to be fired. All right, let me pull up Tom Brady stuff for what he did the last week. This is him, his box score. He was 13 for 17 for 84 yards there. and they put him on the bench. He had 1 touchdown. His QBR was 66.6, and then his passer rating was right at 106, not in park. But I can tell you when we look at that and we say, all right, is that something alarming? Let me fix it up a little bit for you. Fix it up just a little bit. There you go. All right, I got it fixed up. All right, so when we see these type of things, do we say, all right, is that something to bring home on, or what have you? No. Chris Godwin, 6 receptions for 55 yards. Some guy named Tompkins, 4 receptions for 25. And then they pretty much rested the other guys. But when we look back at the previous week, let's see if we can go back to the previous week. Appreciate y'all so much for jumping in. Let's go to week 17. Let's go down to this game. ESPN, shout out to them. The score was 24-30. The Panthers, y'all had one job to do, and y'all didn't do it. But neither here nor there. We pull up the box score right here. We pull up Tom Brady was 34 for 45, 432 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. His passer rating was 127.3. Mike Evans had 10 receptions for 207 yards. Three touchdowns, 63 longest yard. He had 12 targets. 12 targets. Let me repeat, he had 12 targets. Christopher Godwin had 9 receptions. Can y'all see that? You may have to zoom in. 9 receptions for 120 yards. Russell Gage, who's a quick in and out intermediate route runner guy, but he can take the top off the defense. Shout out to him, LSU product. 3 receptions for 33 yards. Rashad White, he's a kickoff return specialist type of guy. He got short area quickness. He's okay, but he had 5 receptions for 26 yards. This is the type of game that they had to throw the ball. And, you know, I even see Julio. He had one carry for 13 yards, and that's to keep everything balanced. I look back at the first game, and when everybody was saying, Lord, we don't need Julio, and I said Julio is probably good for 1 or 2 plays a game. And at first game, he killed us with 1 big play. And we got to also understand that the aficionados will give Tom Brady and company the benefit of the doubt. I said this last night on the final word. Let me pull up this right here. Let me pull up Tom Brady right quick. This is from PFF. I think Tom Brady had literally, 4,703 yards. There were only 2 other quarterbacks that threw more yards than him, right? And I know Pat Mahomes is one of them. I don't even know who the other one is. It could be Burrows or Justin Herbert. So we're going to get that. 25 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. He's careful with the ball. We're going to get all of that smoke from Tom Brady and company. And we still got to figure out, I'm good with Trayvon Diggs. I absolutely good with Trayvon Diggs. This is the type of game that in order for us to win, we got to play disciplined football. We can't blitz Tom Brady. Let me repeat. We can't blitz Tom Brady. You can't assume that, hey, this dude arm is meat falling off the ball. He can't get it there. Bull sugar. We just seen what Mike Evans did, put up 210 yards, right? And we seen the other wide receiver, Chris Godwin, put north of 150 yards. And I'm not finna sit back and go back and forth with you guys about the Panthers defense versus the Cowboys defense in the secondary. Because they got Jeremy Chin, they got my guy Henderson, they got some guys out there that know how to play some DB. So I'm not finna go back and forth, right? So what I'm saying is, if we want to win this game, what we got to do is figure out a way to create pressure with 4. Our front 4 got to do their jobs, and our linebackers got to rally, hit, and chase. Our safeties got to play over the top. You got to give him some uncomfortable reads as relates to zone looks, and you can't, and you absolutely can't. Hear me out. Expect Nashawn Wright. Hear me out. Nashawn Wright, Trayvon Mullen. Who else we got? Xavier Rose, if they bring him out. You know what I'm saying? Kelvin Joseph. To be able to be one-on-one. I don't give a care how y'all feel about y'all feelings, about players and things, but you can't have those boys to say that they're going to win their routes one-on-ones or they're going to shut down one-on-one versus Chris Godwin or Russell Cage. I need roll coverage. I need safety help over the top. This should be a game where my safeties, do your job. Don't play hero ball. This should be that type of game. We're going to talk about the offense in a few, but my defense, I need for my defense to be that.
On the Diamond Factory hotline. So last year, you were right. We were wrong about the San Fran matchup. You like this one. You're not full of anxiety over Cowboys, Tampa Bay. How do they match up?
I think Dallas here, and here's the issue now. Here's the only issue I have. Last year I was worried about the physicalness and their ability to run the ball. I'm not worried about that this year. But the matchup becomes now that Tampa's defensive line against our offensive line without Bashad. Well, I know he's coming back, but how healthy he'll be because we really. Let me put one more really in there. We really missed him last week. That thing was ugly. Yeah. That thing was ugly last week. We got dominated offensive line, defensive line. We played poorly. That pick six, oh my God. That pick six, I watched that play. I watched that route Noah ran. It was a 3 route. You take a slight angle outside, your third inside step, you roll off that step and roll. You roll out at 10, you go back to 12, you come back, take that ball at 11 yards. But the angle Noah Brown took, it's a slight angle. It's supposed to be a slight angle. You can't make such a determining angle because once you go at such a hard angle, out. The cornerback sits. He's saying, well, at that angle, he's not threatening me, so I don't have to flip my hips. All I'm doing is sitting because at that angle, he's just going to run into the sideline. And then Dak throws it. I don't know why Dak throws that ball. I know it's a timing route. But that cornerback sat right there. And that was the easiest pick six in the history of the NFL when you got that throw and that route put together. In the history of the NFL, they cannot show up like that again.
Michael.
Oh, my gosh, man. Dak, you can't do that in this game, though. Monday night, are you ready for some football? You can't do that on Monday Night Football. And the route concepts. We still talking about routes, man. It's week 18. Now it's wild card, y'all. And we still talking about wide receivers in their routes. Come on, man. It's just like alcohol being poured down the eyes and just close with the eyelids closed. Close the eyelids with the alcohol. If you don't think that's pain, somebody go pour alcohol in your eyes right now and try to watch the rest of this show. It's just painful for us to sit back here knowing the issue, knowing the problem, understanding the situation, and sitting here still talking about it because we haven't done anything about it. Sending Brady to the Raiders with an L, DC for life, basically. DC 24, Tampa Bay 20. Yes, indeed. I believe wholeheartedly we're going to win this game, man. We will. We're going to win it, man. Well, but we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about it until we get all the way up to that moment. But I appreciate you.
Talk about how it is playing a team, not a division team, because obviously you do that every year, for the second time in a season. How much can you take from the first game? How hard is it to beat a team twice?
Oh, you can take much from the first game. You can look at the kind of things that they did, of course, to have success against you and to try to start mitigating and moving those things around. Now the problem coming in when it's 3 times and you beat somebody twice because you've given them 2 game plans that work. You may not even have a third, or you know what I'm saying. They've already prepared for all of the things that you put together to win those games, and it becomes tough. And then the mindset of the players, like, man, we already beat this team twice. It's hard to focus in as keenly as you need to when you beat a team twice. So that becomes an issue. I don't think this should be an issue. This should be set up perfect because Tampa won. They'll say, we won. Let's go do some of the same things. Dallas played a close game but lost. Then they should be hung and say, remember, they got us last time, but we knew that we get here, we beat them. This was the best matchup, week one, playoff for the first round of the playoffs, I thought, for Dallas. And that's why I kept saying, give me Tom Brady and give me Tampa Bay.
Woo! Michael.
Hey, that's playmaker, man. I was mad at him last year around this time. Who remember when he said, man, he don't want to see those Niners. He thought that the physicality of the Niners would be overwhelming for us because we were so finesse. And I was like, no, playmaker, we're going to beat the Niners from the mindset that I was trying to parlay or to sway over to the Cowboys, and it fell upon deaf ears because the Cowboys heard all of the rumblings. I'm quite sure they did. And was it Debo? He came through the tunnel. All tunnel, baby. What kind of song he was singing? A Superstar? He came through our tunnel, and playing Superstar. You know, and what I can fault the Cowboys for is setting the presence of tone and tenacity in your own home. That should be stuff that we do, man. Like, when I saw that video, it took me about 2-3 weeks because, you know, I couldn't face the music. And my brother was just hanging around talking about they going to the Super Bowl and beyond or what have you. And then for them to win the next week, they beat the Packers. I like, God, dog, then maybe the Niners are going. Super Gremlin, right? Super Gremlin, that was the name of the song. And when I see our team, I think that we miss out on the opportunity. We do. If I was PR for the Cowboys or a hype man for the Cowboys, y'all know when we run through that tunnel chute, I want my players to be there. Just play some crunk music that they listen to, whatever music. Don't play George Strait, whatever they be playing at the game. Look, play me some, you know, some kick-ass type of music, excuse my French, but play me some stuff that would get their minds together, man. You know, don't play the Jonas Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. They be playing the wrong song in that tunnel, man. Somebody need to tell Jerry, hey, man, I want you to get in tap with the culture of the team, and let's play a song to get these boys hyped up at home, you know. Let's get these boys ready to run out there and get this thing going. Y'all know what I'm talking about when we in the tunnel, because that would also set the tone. I mean, people used to be in fear of the Ravens just on how they come out. You know what I mean? You know, they used to come out with doggone, what's that dude, Ray Lewis? He'll do a whole little dance move and you know, I want us to have something like that. You know, I remember one year, the Cowboys, the Panthers, right? Jokers used to come out with a drum set, doggone axe, whatever, battle ram or something. And I said, God, dog, we need to have that. You know, let's do some stuff like that. You know, and we don't need to be all, you know, we need to be crunk getting out of that hole. We need to be like, man, shoo, Cowboys may not win this game, but they damn sure going to win the attention. They hyped up getting out of that tunnel, you know. I used to like, there's the only one Eagle guy that I like. Was a Hall of Famer guy. What was his name? He come out like Wolverine. He come out on all fours. I forgot his name. Was it Hawk? Doc? What's his name? He come out on all fours. He come out on all fours. He'll come out like Wolverine. What was his name for the doggone Eagles? Name is tip of my tongue. Yeah, Dawkins. Yeah. What's his name? Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins just come out there, man. He come out there on all fours. You be like, dog, if you know somebody gonna hit you, he gonna hit you. That dude right there, look out for him. He coming out on all fours. I like him better when he played for the Broncos, right? But yeah, you come out on all fours, man. You like, what is that? I need that type of tenacity. Maybe my guy Wilson can be that guy, right?
Is Dak the best quarterback on the NFC side, or is there somebody else you'd prefer to have over him for this playoff run?
That's a great question, man. Because I was looking at that. Did you see that they did that? I saw that a couple of weeks ago, where all of our quarterbacks on the NFC side came from, and all of the quarterbacks on the AFC side came from. They're all on the AFC side. They were all first rounders. We've been scattered, over here. That's very interesting. But look, I look on the NFC side. You asked me, you asked me which quarterback would I take out of all these quarterbacks. Yeah, there's no doubt. I would take Dak over everybody. I would definitely take Dak over everybody that's still on the NFC side.
All right. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on, man. Come on, man. How you going to make that statement?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
How you go? Well, look, man, playmaker, man, you supposed to say Dak, and you don't supposed to be coughing after that. Come on, playmaker. Come on, man. Come on. Let me rewind, man. Come on. What is wrong with him? What's going on, playmaker? You need some milk or something?
He needs some milk.
Come on, man. You got to clear your throat and then say, I'll take Dak. Speak with authority, man. Come on.
Over here. That's very interesting. But look, I look on the NFC side.
What's your you choke up?
You asked me which quarterback would I take out of all these quarterbacks. Yeah, there's no doubt. I would take Dak over everybody. I would definitely take Dak over everybody that's still on the NFC side. Excuse me. Now, Jalen Hurts in that offense is a whole different thing, and I think Jalen has shown them his value even when he was out.
What is the difference in grass versus turf? Cowboys are 1-4 on grass this year. They've struggled since 2017. How different is it for a turf team to go play on grass?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy that. I play my best on natural surfaces. Let me correct that word. I was about to say I played my best on grass. Y'all get on out of here with that.
Some of that ain't natural, Mike. Some of that stuff ain't natural.
Right.
Synthetic turf.
Still coming over
there. That's natural too, right? That's natural too. All that.
Smoke weed every day.
All right, stop it. So I don't know why. I don't know why people are having problems talking about playing on this natural surface. I love playing on a natural surface. It way less pressure on your knees. They assume and they say it makes you less fast. There's less speed. I don't necessarily buy that either. But of course, I was never a speed demon, so I wouldn't know what less speed means.
Michael Irvin, the play.
Oh my gosh, man! On one of my clips here, I said before, coming out of college, it's going way back. Cedric Wilson is a better route runner than Michael Gallup, and his problem was with Cedric Wilson. Was, of course, his short area quickness, his speed or what have you was an issue. And back in the days, I don't know why they don't do it for or like these last few seasons. I don't know why they don't bring in Michael Irvin to work on those little small things. I got a video on one of my pages of Michael Irvin working with Cedric Wilson, coming off of his releases and things like that. And one of the things that he echoed, the same thing that Jerry Rice echoed, because both of these guys are like 4.5, 4.6 guys, and I'm being nice because they probably were slower, that it's not about the surface. It's not about your speed. It's more so about your technique and separation. Like, for example, we all knew that Jason Witten didn't have getaway speed, but he was almost always open. It's about it's about your hand action coming up off of your stance and not revealing your number. And in that video, I learned so much valuable information on how the playmaker would get small coming off of his releases. And he said he would never show his eights. You can't see his eights until he lift up. And then he stacks leverage and separate. But he said his whole time his hands, his arms are moving. And as fast as his arms are moving, it's kind of like plays mental clock on your mind that it appears that he's going fast, but he's not. And he used that as a secret sauce. And he said, I'm going to go through you versus going around you anyhow. And the moment you get a certain position, my hands are already moving, and I'm moving you out of the way, but I'm tucking my elbows inside. So the rule of like the push off, the Irv push off, what have you, really, Irv used to do a lot of that. They try to chop it down a little bit with Dez or what have you. But I truly believe that Michael Irvin, Jerry Jones and company, they should have a wide receiver camp once a year, mandatory wide receiver 88 camp. Somehow somebody got to fund it, and Irv should have been the guy that worked with 85 this year, worked with Michael Gallup, even though he was recovering, worked with C.D. Lamb on those smaller things. And in that video, you will see that Cedric Wilson, he did worked on a few things that Irv was teaching him. And I got it somewhere in my YouTubes, and I'll try to share it once again. And I know it's dated information, but it's valuable because the technique still works the same. It's flat out works the same.
Maker on the Diamond Factory hotline here on DFW Sports Station. Okay, so keys to the game, Mike. Keys to the game. You're not worried about the physicality. What are your Cowboy keys to get this done?
We have to get a run game going some kind of way, and we have to get a pass rush to make sure we cover the back end.
True.
We got to take care of the business on the front end because we're hurting on that one corner, man.
Yeah,
we're just flat out hurt, and Tom is going to try to exploit. You got to get to Tom. You can't let Tom sit back, get comfortable. And a lot of people, for some reason, think Mike Evans can get deep. Mike Evans can still get deep, and we can keep Tom playing football outside in and don't give him anything inside out. Make him keep throwing to Mike Evans. Yeah, if he throws to Mike Evans all day, we win this football game. But if he starts throwing that ball in the middle of the field, man, then it's going to be a long day because no one is as patient as Tom, and no one can. I don't want to say nickel and dime you all the way down the field. I'm talking about penny and nickel you all the way down the field. 2 yards here, 4 yards there. 3 yards there, 4 yards here. They'll penny and nickel you all the way down the field, and then put you in panic situations, make you make bad plays. That's all. We gotta get to Tom and don't let him penny and nickel us all down the field.
Oh, my gosh, man. I've been saying it for 7 years now. I literally been saying this for 7 years. Dak Prescott, when he came into the league, the first year, of course, he was 1-2 read guy, right? They gave him simple reads. But the 2017 year, that's when everybody started switching and saying that, hey, the Dink and Dak. And Colin Cowherd, to this day, I can't stand this dude to this day for labeling, hey, man, he's a Dink and Dak. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no. And I know how does world work with influencers? I want y'all to Google how many people follow Colin Cowherd and how much influences he have. I don't think that the brother ever played a cinch of football, right? I don't think that he ever even caught a ball. But by him labeling Dak Prescott as a Dink and Dacker, it went all over. It went semi-viral, right? And everybody said, okay, that's who he is. And he fought most of his career trying to be not that, but that was a good situation because it's glorified when Joe Montana did it. It was glorified when this guy Tom Brady did it. It was glorified even when Troy did it. Dink and dunking. There's nothing wrong with that. Taking what the opposition is giving you, gashing them, and then the moment they try to load the box or play that flat cover, then you can do the play action and take it over the top, and boom. Shaka-laka, come on. But our fan base were so caught up in the moment of, hey, man, we need to have the flash in the pan. We need to have a quarterback. I remember vividly, we need to have a quarterback that can throw us for 300 yards. And I was like, no. You got a person that's going to take what the defense give you, not going to force any passes, going to be low on turnovers. You got a person that all you got to do now is play good, run the ball and play good defense. We can win us some championships. But we went away from that. We went to try to make Dak Prescott somebody that he's not. And we still do this to this day. Because somehow a third of the Cowboy Nation feel as if, though, Dak Prescott got to do what Pat Mahomes is doing right now. Got to do what Joe Burrows is doing. He got to sling the ball all around the field. No, there are more quarterbacks with the mindset of Tom Brady. And the reason why Tom done got those massive yards for this season is because he's going to take the moments of you playing the defense the wrong way, and he's going to take that chunk play then. He's going to do it then. It's not about all of the other stuff. I just told you guys, Ben Roethlisberger got 2 rings. 2 rings. When he wasn't elite, when he wasn't throwing for 400 yards, when he wasn't throwing for 500 yards, when he wasn't being the guy that, hey, I need to slang it all over the field. Ben got those rings when he managed the game. Russell got that 1 ring, could have had 2, but he got that 1 ring when he managed the game. We need to get back to running the ball. Hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. Playing good defense. And Dak, don't force it into triple, quadruple coverage. I don't give a dog if it's 5 yards. I don't give a dog if it's 6. Take the underneath. Live to fight another day. Live to go another round. We don't need haymakers. We don't need you to get the juices going when the defense not doing anything, right? When the Cavante Turpin dropped the ball, who is first team All-Pro, by the way. Shout out to Cavante Turpin. He's first team All-Pro, him and Zach Martin. That news just announced earlier, a few seconds ago. Like L.A., like he says Zeke is washed. I get what you're saying, but Zeke going to be here, baby. He going to be here. If the Cowboys cut him now, it's going to be a $10 to $15 million dead cap space. You ain't going to want to eat that money, right? So what we need to do, when Jerome Bettis was considered washed, I think Jerome Bettis was playing for a long time. But they didn't look the difference between us and the Steelers. They didn't crucify Jerome Bettis. They didn't shank him with the butter knife. They said, you know what, Big Bus? We got Fast Willie Parker. We're going to incorporate you. We're going to use both of y'all talents. We know that Fast Willie Parker, who's like a version of our guy, Tony Pollard, believe it or not, he just wore a big number, made him look slow, but he was fast. Fast Willie was really fast. If we get back to those things, and for those who think, and Zeke got 14 touchdowns, right? Utilize Zeke into the inside of 20, inside of 30. Utilize Tony Pollard. He may not be here next year, but utilize all he can. And I wouldn't pigeonhole us to just the 2 running backs, ladies and gentlemen. We got a dog. We got a dog out of Malik Davis. Malik Davis, I would figure out a way to use all 3 of these running backs against Tampa. They can't stop the run, ladies and gentlemen. They can't. Run the ball to open up the path. I promise you Dak got 3 or 4 good ones in him. 3 or 4 good, long, good bombs to make you realize, dang, they got us. Dang, Dak looking good right now.
Are you picking the Cowboys?
Oh, yeah. This is my route. I can't turn now. This is exactly the route I wanted. I wanted the Cowboys to go here, whether they're Minnesota and Giants. Well, let some of those good teams that beat themselves up a little bit and then we come back and try to take that approach.
Yeah, I'm speaking too much for Kellen Moore to use 3. I'm hopeful wishing right there. It's too much like right, man. It's just too much. I'm losing my mind over here, y'all. Law, check me into the insane asylum. You know what I'm saying? Law is just, how about them Cowboys all day? I really, I can see it. I can literally touch it. Who else out there can see, man, if they just do this one little thing, if they could just do this one little thing, we are unstoppable. It's just what it is. Oh, my gosh. Look, a team had no way of stopping 14 personnel. And we marveled at that, and when they showed us just one time, and then they went away from it. I was like, come on, stop teasing me. And we see, the bursts with Malik Davis. Come on, man, we know it. We know, look, a team would not be able to stop this. But we just reverse hustle this thing all day. And I know I'm crazy, y'all. I know I'm crazy. But I'm crazy in love with this team. And I can see where they can benefit. I can see the potentials. God, man. I wish somebody would I just wish the Cowboys organization had somebody similar to me. Not me, but somebody similar to me to just go in those meetings and say, hey, man, move all of the BS to the side. But, man, this dude right here, Malik Davis, he's a dog good runner. And he can block. Oh, hey, I don't think teams picked up that 13 and 14 look. We need to revisit this, Kellen Moore. You got something special and hot with this. You need to start showcasing this. I don't think Tampa would be ready to have guys. They down a couple guys. That is right, James. Tyson, appreciate you. Law, I totally agree. We need to run the ball. The O-line not winning at the point of attack. Can't run the ball like that. That's bad to be addressed. Don't you think? How do we fix that? We look at it like this. I look at it like this. The great Phil Jackson, we already knew his scheme was going to be his scheme, triangle offense. He going to run his triangle offense. He going to run it, Regardless of the personnel that he had, he ran his style. He ran his offense, right? And he had his lead dogs. As great as Michael Jordan was, or is, because people going to still say, shout out to you, Spencer, Texas. Thank you. Shout out to you for your super chat, too. I ain't mean to overlook. Law, why can't we use Zeke as a fullback? Oh, Spencer, you're right on the money. And I'm going to get right to that. I'm going to get right to that super chat. I thank you. Let me give you a shout out to that, too. When you have a scheme, a system in place, it don't matter. It don't matter who falls on their face and who gone. Law, do you have any truth to that? You have any credence or evidence to that? The 41ers, they got a scheme. It didn't matter if they drafted a running back in the 6th round. It don't matter if they put me back there. I might make it for a few plays and they hit me. I'm checking out. I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? But it don't matter. I would still be able to get at least 3 to 4 yards because of the scheme. It don't matter if their starting quarterback went down, right? Trey, he went down. It don't matter if they insert Jimmy Garoppolo, he went down. They inserted Brock Purdy, he went down. Whoever the other quarterback that's in their system scheme, it will work. It will work because they got a known philosophy, a scheme. Now, did it happen overnight? No. But the fundamentals, this is something that you get when you have a coach there for long stay. When we blew the, I think it was a pandemic year, we blew the doggone Niners out. The year before that, we beat the Niners. Y'all fail to realize that we beat them. In the last, 4 out of the last 5 games, yeah, they won the last, the one, but we were beating them. But they still stuck to their philosophy and scheme. So you still should be able to run your scheme. You still should be able to, like a staple piece for us, the end around, Turpin need to get that. Turpin need to get that. Not the double reverse end around, but Turpin need to get that. I'm looking at it within the confines of this scheme. if I'm doing an end around and I know for sure that Turpin is a 4-2-9 guy, I'm trying to capture the edge. They playing a quarters defense or they playing a variation to stop the pass. I need to hit them with that play until they stop it. 5 yards. I know Turpin is 155 pounds, soaking wet. Maybe the helmet and all of that other stuff giving him extra weight. But I need to do that play, and I seen with CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, he's averaging for the season, y'all, 8 yards per rush, right around that number. We need to hit the teams up with plays that work. But if you practice a scheme, it doesn't matter. Now, if you have a flawed scheme, whereas you having Shaq shooting the threes, it don't matter how many times. It don't matter how many times you draw up the play for Shaq to be in the perimeter to drain the three. Newsflash, his ratio will not hit. And that's what I'm saying with my guy Dak Prescott to Noah Brown. It don't matter. I drew up the play great. I drew up the play awesome. That's still Noah Brown, man. Oh, man, why you putting the stuff on Noah Brown? That's on Dak. Well, I told you guys, 24-27, law of diminishing rates of return will hit after the 28-29 time. Can we win games when he throw for 30 or more? Yes. But that law of averages is going to be really against you. Why, law? Well, that's the law of average. That's the law of diminishing rates of return. We got to contextualize all of that stuff when we go into battle. How many people will win, literally win a game? Whereas my guys got 150 guns, and you may have 300 guys with knives. Eventually, I'm going to win. And don't let me, like, the first rule of war is, hey, he who controls the high ground wins, right? You might be stabbing a few of us, but the moment I get to the high ground, it's over with. It's over with. That's time of possession. I'm trying to control the high ground. That knife ain't going to do nothing to me on top of a building, and I got the projectile. That's what we're talking about, guerrilla warfare over here. We're talking science over here. So we can't expect Dak Prescott. We're going to be in the low ground if we try to get into the wars of Dak Prescott throwing the ball 35 to 40 times to beat Tom Brady and company. Because there are a lot of things with the offensive line being makeshift, with the wide receivers, Noah Brown not being consistent, the ACL joints of my guy Michael Gallup. Some days he's on, some days he's off. That's just how it is when you have surgery. The only consistent variations that we have is CeeDee Lamb. And my guy, Schultz, he's fighting for a contract. Get the high ground.
Coach trying to see who we get next. But yeah, of course I'm taking the Cowboys. The Cowboys should win this game. Listen, the Cowboys should win this game. Tampa hadn't put up 30 points maybe once or twice this season. I was looking it over. I know they also get 41-31. I think maybe twice this season they put up that kind of point. We've been putting it up all year long. We just got to go in and do what we at least average. Go put in the points you have. Go give me 35. Go give me 30 points, 35 points. That should be enough to win this game.
All right. Is there another matchup, another team you have a funny feeling about? Is there an upset you think is brewing out there for the rest of this open?
Yeah, we need the four horsemen play to be featured. Yeah, I mean, we need to figure out, give us. This is my best way to explain it, Jay Worthy. The Cowboys, the team that we love, right? Not like, we love this team. Talk to these people. We need to design our best scheme, not our best plays. Let me repeat. We need to design our best schemes, not our best plays. And I know we are not a scheme team, but we need to make the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play left-handed. We need to put pressure on Tom Brady organically, naturally. We need to have our best guys, Jonathan Hankins, LVE, if he control hook the flat. We need him. He should have fresh legs. He should be back. We need those guys to be available. We need rookie LVE, right? We need prime season Jonathan Hankins. We need Parsons. Matter of fact, at this point, we need rookie Parsons, right? I don't need this Parsons that's going to blitz all the time. I need Parsons to be a guy that's a part-time rusher, not a full-time rusher. That's the Parsons that I need. I need that level of Parsons. I get it. Look. Let me just play this right quick since we have time. And that was the end of that interview, by the way, from 105.3 The Fan. Check them out right here. That's their YouTube page. Be sure to give them a thumbs up on their YouTube page since Law used their audio. And be sure to subscribe to them. They hit 30,000 subscribers. Shout out to all of the Tolos out there. Turn it on, leave it on. Appreciate those boys for all what they do for generating unbelievable content. All right, let me see if I can find this right quick.
There really is no one like Mike.
Let me see if I can put the bow tie on it right quick, y'all. Y'all bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all so much. Let's see if I can put it up right here. Okay, hold on. Bam. It's going to take me a quick second. It shouldn't take me that long. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we go. They look good about right there. They look good. Y'all can see it all? Okay, great. Let's play this right quick.
There really is no one like Micah Parsons in this league. I don't care what his stats say. It's all a bunch of nonsense. Just watch the guy move. Like he wins right here. Now, I don't know. You tell me what that is. Normally, some yellow flag should come out. But now, Sam Howell gets chased, and here comes Dorrance Armstrong, and he gets the sack. But Micah made the play. In fact, he's there at the play.
Let me pause it right here.
Right.
They're not, like, in this next game, y'all see right here, this holding that they not called on this game. The difference is between Sam Howell right now and Tom Brady. He's not going to run. He's not going to do this run thing. He's going to do what we call veteran quarterback slide. Slide to the right. And he's going to keep his eyes down the field. He don't have to continue to run.
Some yellow flag should come out.
He's running for his
but
life.
Now, Sam.
See, he's going to stop right there. He's going to stop right there, keep his eyes downfield, stop his feet, resettle his feet, and he's going to throw it deep. That is what we're against right now. So if you don't get home and you blitzing somebody, it's going to cost you because it's 11 versus 11, and when you blitzing somebody, there's a hole somewhere, and Tom Brady already know his safety checks and his safety valves. So you flush him out of the pocket, not happening. He don't get flushed out of the pocket. He slides around in the pocket. He's going to be within the confine. Tom Brady all game would not even be in this proximity. He would not be in this area, ladies and gentlemen. But I just wanted to stop it right here so that you guys can understand that it don't matter how great Parsons is. If he can't get Tom Brady down cleanly, he got to get him down cleanly. Remember, he got to hit Tom Brady not too high and not too low. Let me repeat, he can't hit Tom Brady not too high and not too low. If he hit him too low, there's a flag. You can't grab him around the ankles. That's illegal. You can't grab him around this area, and you can't hit him around that area. You got to hit Tom Brady literally right here. That's just how it goes, y'all. Unfortunately, that's what we're up against.
Howell gets chased, and here comes Dorrance Armstrong, and he gets the sack. But Micah made the play. In fact, he's there at the play, right? Like, he does, and he's still trying to strip the ball. Like, nobody can do what Micah Parsons can do. Watch how quickly he wins. Like, there he is. Like, that's a win. I don't care how quickly the quarterback gets rid of the ball. Like, nobody can slide through a hole. He's like a slug. He can just slide through any single hole, right? Full speed. Now, Howell's got to make a decision, all right? Somebody else gets a sack. You know, Sam Williams gets a sack, whatever. Mike is always there, though. Like, nobody moves like this. Like, here he goes. This is only Sam Howell's only interception. But why? Watch the pressure right here.
That ball out with Tom
right here. The left tackle is being just pushed right into the lap of Sam Howell. He can't step into the throw because Mike is there, and there's Malik Hooker with the interception, okay? Like, every one of these plays is because of this guy. Like, he makes this tight end come across the formation here. He just makes him completely whiff. Like, he doesn't even, like, take the block on. He just makes a whiff. Now, Here he comes. What does Sam Howell do? He sees Micah coming. He feels it. Even though the tight end's on him right here, like, I don't know. I'm not sure what the tight ends are doing there, but, like, that's not a normal reaction, all right, to guys that are blocking you. It's usually a reaction to somebody just grabbing you, all right? But down goes Odigizua and takes him down. And you watch this right here, and you go, okay, here he is out there. Watch how quickly he wins. Like, he's there. Like, he's right. He wins just that fast. Like, nobody can really do that in this whole league. Only Micah can. And where's that ball go? That ball goes, let's see, who catches this ball? Anybody? All right, can we get a new ball, please? Like, Micah is just as big a difference maker as this in this entire industry. The way that he moves. All right, ball go. Nobody can really do that in this whole league. Only Micah can. And where's that ball go?
They'll call a flag on our guy right here. They'll call a flag on the guy. Hit on a player, defensive holding. Well, how you hit him?
That ball goes.
They call defensive holding right there.
Who catches this ball? Anybody? All right, can we get a new ball, please? Like,
we got to play a clean game, y'all. We do. That's just how it goes. But what I'm saying is you got to only rush 4. You can't really blitz center house, what have you. He will go through his checks. He'll go through his reads. He got his hots already in the back of his mind, and he will gash you. You can't hit him after the play. Don't help him up. You want to touch him on every play, though. You got to do that, and that's how you got to play this game, especially on a playoff level. Unfortunately, Cowboy Nation. Kellen Moore might get turned down for the Carolina job because he thinks he's the next Jason Garrett. He's going to wait out Mike McCarthy for his turn to be the head coach here. Scary, though. Thought, though, ain't it? This is from William Burnett. I'm going to say the same thing that I said with Jason Garrett. With Kellen Moore. I would love for Jason Garrett. I still love for Jason Garrett to get a coaching job at a college university to go through the whole rigmarole of being a head coach, right? That's what I wanted with Jason Garrett. And I'll say the same for Kellen Moore. I think that he should have taken the Boise State job and went over there and coached them boys up. But Kellen Moore, if you want to take Jackson State job, holler at me, man. We can get you over there at the Jackson State. He don't have enough soul to be over there, though. Play my theme music, huh? I can see Kellen Moore now.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Shout out to Kellen Moore, though, man. Come on, Carolina Panthers. Do us a good favor, man. I would like to see what Kellen Moore can dial up for DJ Moore, and let's see what he can do. Come on, man.
Emotional damage.
Oh my gosh, man! But I think this is what's going to happen, and you guys may not like me for this, but I'm just saying my thoughts. I can have an opinion, right? This is just an opinion, not facts. I think Dan Quinn will go over to Denver, right, to be their head coach, and I think that Kellen Moore will be the head coach for the Cardinals. I think that that's going to happen. He's going to be the next head coach for the Cardinals. Maybe he go down there with Eastside Harold at, you know what I'm saying, to the Texans. That's close to his location there, and let's see how that goes. He ain't swag, dog. I can see Kellen Moore. If I ain't swag, who's swag? You know what I mean? Oh, my gosh, man. But, oh, my God, that would be crazy, wouldn't it? And the unknowns, huh? Yeah, you guys want to do phone calls or what you guys want to do? It's 11:59, 12 o'clock. I promise y'all, we can't stay 4 hours today, but I can't open up the phone line. Let me know. Let me give a poll right quick. Do you guys want to take phone calls, man?
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
All right, man. Let me open up the line just for a quick time for your mind, man. Let me see if I can find the phone number. There it is at the top of the screen. Let's go, man. Motivation. My mom was working 2 jobs to make ends meet. Kellen Moore. Oh, my gosh, man. Kellen Moore, man. And I'm on record. I'm on record saying that my faults with him is I think he need guidance. I think that we can see the growing pains. I think that he do have great concepts, right? Concepts is everything. But what we are looking at is we like We want results now. And I think that it was a bad environment, and this is just my thoughts before I open up the phone line. It's a bad environment to have your peer-to-peer coaching. Yeah, I don't like that. I need somebody to have some tell me like, hey man, what was wrong? What did I mess up at? I need to have those type of moments, man. I absolutely don't need someone that I outperformed, that I beat out, or I was over them in a sense. I took their spot to tell me what to do. I don't need that, That's just how it goes, man. I would not respect it as much. I'm like, yeah, I feel you, man. You couldn't outbeat me, though. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. It's just crazy, man. I just think that the Cowboys should have said, you know what? Hey, Kellen Moore, we like what you bring to the table. That's an unbelievable opportunity for you to go to Boise. Why don't you earn your grain of salt over there and come back after 3-4 years? That's how I would have looked at it. And I could be 1,000,000% wrong because we're going to win the Super Bowl this year, right?
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for line.
Let's go.
Super thumb my way on this side.
One day at a time, though. I'm just sarcastically speaking. I'm looking for 1-0, though. I'm looking for 1-0, y'all.
Keep it super thumb my way on this side. Keep it super thumb my way on this side.
There are 8 participants in the conference. All participants are muted. Please announce yourself.
Straps of blue faces, not the pills. Heard you calling bluffs, I show and prove it is for real. Son of God, not a son of Sam. Keep it off the books and keep it coming in. Bitch, the old whip, see what I'm coming in.
Jake!
Yo, what's happening, Law? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, what you driving to now, man? It's a railroad train? What you got?
No, I'm just here picking up a load, man. I was waiting for Can you hear me good?
I can hear you now, yo.
All right. All right, Cowboy Nation, man. Listen here, man. This is what we've been waiting for, you hear me? This is what we've been waiting for. I said we had to go face the boogeyman. I've been watching the playoff simulator for 3 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to tell you something about this boogeyman. He ain't the real boogeyman. How can I fear a man that breathes the same air as me? How can I fear a man that breathes the same air as me? And right now, this is Sparta. So I'm going to need the best 300 Cowboy fans to come on this war with me. I don't need no scary business. I don't want to hear none of this, Dak this, Dak that. No. We believe. I believe we can lift this team up with our fandom. If you don't believe, get off this bus. Ain't got no time for no scary business. We're going to go in there and we're going to smack them. Ain't going to be no close game. We're going to go into Tampa and we're going to smack Tom Brady and send him on to retirement with his ex-wife and his baby mama, whatever he
Wow. Send him off, yeah.
We're going to send him off. That's the kind of energy I'm coming with, bro, and that's the kind of energy we're going to need. Man, I'm tired of you fickle fans. You soft-ass fans that don't really support the Cowboys. How you going to hold your nuts on Dak Prescott talking about you waiting for him to mess up so you can come and bash this man? I'm a diehard Cowboy.
Let's go with it.
Whatever happens, I'm still going to be a Cowboy fan. And let's support this team and let's lift them up to the Super Bowl. The heck with this negative energy. How about them Cowboys? It's POV, man. And let's go do this thing, man.
Yes, indeed, man. That's Jake the Great, man. I got no rebuttal to what he's saying right there. Let's lift this team up and let's go to war, man. Let's shoot them down, man. Let's play some Lil Jon. I wish I could. I could play that music before I come live, boy. Oh boy, But I get it. It's easier. It's easier to say, "Hey, man, we ain't gonna win, dog." It's easy. I ain't gonna even lie. It's easier to say that. It's easier to point out the cons of it versus the pros of it, right? It's easier because it's against our odds right now. 1-4 on the turf. 0-7 versus Tom Brady. Haven't won a road game in the playoff in 30 years, right? Dak Prescott 1-3, all of those things. What if I told you last year it was easier for Sean McVay to say, man, to his people, look, I'm 0-7 versus the 49ers coach over there. I haven't won against this dude in the regular season, but baby, this is the postseason. Whole new life. And it wasn't easy for the Rams to beat the Niners. You know, they did us all a favor. Didn't the Rams do us a favor? Right? Because I can't open my eyes up and live the moment of them having more rings than us. And, you know, it don't count that much for the Patriots to have more rings than us, but I'm still peed off that the doggone Steelers got more rings than us right about now. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, right? We want to win them all, but it ain't easy. Hey, ain't that right? We got the minister over here live from the 918. You're live.
What's up, minister? What's up, my man?
What's good? What's good with you?
What's going on, man? This
Nothing
is minister, man. I want you to pray for my mama, man. She, I'm still waiting on results, but she went to the hospital at the bus lot. So
wow.
My mother's in the 80s, so I want the whole Cowboy Nation to pray for my mother, Erlene Simmons.
Erlene, man,
So
we're gonna put it together for her.
She's I don't know what's wrong with her yet, man, but my mother's going through some things. So I just want everybody to pray for my mother.
Yes, indeed.
So I know
minister.
that ain't the issue here today, but it is.
Nah, man, we family, man. So we care about that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so we're gonna lift her up. Yeah.
I'm just saying, Law, everybody ain't the same. So
I know.
I pray for everybody and everybody. You know what, Law? It doesn't matter to me what a person say, negative or positive, because I'm from the '70s era.
Yeah.
We wasn't used to losing.
We
wasn't used to losing in the '70s. Going into the 80s when Danny White took over. People don't understand that. If you are from my era, you're not used to losing. This is the longest we've ever been in a drought.
Drought.
So if you want to talk about the older people like me and you wonder why we might complain, well, we're going to, because we are not used to losing. But I'm going to tell you this right now. We're not going to lose. We're going to the NFC Championship this year.
Let's go.
They're going to figure this out. And I'm going to speak this into existence. No matter what happens, they're going to figure this out. Dak going to figure it out. I believe in the playoffs, he's not going to make the same mistakes. And I don't believe that. I believe they're going to stick to their guns.
Let's go
We're
with
going to figure this out. We're going to beat them. And whoever we got next, whether it's Minnesota or the Eagles, they're doomed. Straight up, they're doomed. And I'm calling this right now. We're going to the NFC Championship. Straight like that.
Straight like that. I appreciate you, minister. And I got your mom in my mind, man.
Person can take a long time, so I'm not going to take a long time. I'm going to just say, everybody, my last name. Pray for my mother, Erlene Simmons, because she's in the hospital. So just lift her name up in prayer right now. And I just want to say I love all of y'all. I appreciate what you do. And thank you very much, man. Let's go, Cowboys. Super Bowl all the way.
Let's go, man. All the way, man. All the way, man. And put it like real talk. Keep his mom in your prayer, in our prayers, man, for real. And let's pray for everyone out here, man, on these YouTube streets and beyond. All right, so what I'm going to do here, we're going to lock the room up. We got I'm going to give it about 5 more minutes, about 5 more minutes we lock it up, Next we have here from the 484, you're live. Talk to me. All right, that 484, you're out. I try to give you some time, some grace and mercy, man. All right, I got the 860, you're live from the VIP lounge.
Lord VIP, baby!
Baby! Come on.
Well, how we doing? How we feeling, Lord? How's the family? How are the girls? I just want to know how everybody is, man. I'm checking out your psychological fortitude right now, Lord.
Yeah. Woke up early. I'm responsible for getting them out to school and everything. So they all good. Made sure they had that silver and blue on. They going Cowboys. They ready for this week. You know how it goes.
That's right. And good I'm glad. First of all, before we get into my boys, I want to send my prayers and healing out to the ministers, moms, because I know the matriarch and how much the matriarch means to me. I'm going to give you a little tidbit about me. My mother was a Black Panther, Lord. And my mother used to have books laying around the house, and one book she had laying around the house, other than the good book, was a book named The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I don't know if you know about this book, Law, but in the book,
what the book says?
In the book, it says, it highlighted, my mother highlighted this point, you have to know you have won the war before you even got to the battlefield.
Okay, all right.
So mentally, you have to be mentally prepared for war and winning without any shadow of a doubt. Do you know, now I'm going to refer to the good book. Do you remember when Peter was in high waves? Peter was on the water, it was high waves, wind was blowing, it was about to blow the boat over, and Jesus called out to him. He said, Peter, come here.
Okay, all
and
right.
Peter was like, is that you, Jesus?
Okay.
Can I walk on water like you? He walked on water for a minute and then started looking around and saying, oh man, the winds are really caving in on me. The storm is really caving in. And he started drowning. So Jesus had to reach out to him.
All right.
And pull him up.
So,
oh, gee.
A little faith. So how we gonna steer this up? How we gonna steer this over to the Cowboys? You know what I mean? Because you know we ain't gonna have Bible study over here right now. You know what I'm saying? So VIP, how you gonna steer it over?
So my analogy with the Cowboys is this, Law, that we have half of Cowboy Nation that has zero faith.
Right.
Zero faith, Law. We have that 300 that I'm willing to go to war with, Law. Like that guy in the sword that was coming up against everybody. That's the type of energy I bring when it comes to my Cowboys. So to align that with Cowboy Nation, meaning we have to X out what everybody's saying. Dak, I know the locker room, and that's why I love locker rooms. If the locker room was a microcosm of the world, we will be winning. Because in the locker room, Law, I had brothers that they were white, Spanish, Haitian. It didn't matter your color. We're all brothers together. This is what I want Cowboy Nation to look like.
No doubt, man. I appreciate your VIP, man. Baby, let's go. Thank you, man, for calling in.
You know what it is, Law? How about them Cowboys? I ain't a killer, but don't push me, Law.
Ain't no killer, but wait a minute. Don't push him, man. Hey, man. Hey, now, on the record, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I don't want Facebook. When he was saying that his mom was a Black Panther, you know what I'm saying? Not is. So I don't want to get hit with misinformation that the Dallas Cowboys channel Law Nation Sports support any group that could be considered a group of that type of entity. I'm a Law Nation Sports show, and he was speaking in reference of Facebook that he read in a book about a guy, about all of the storylines there. You know what I mean? Because something about that J-E, you know, that J word, you know, it's kind of like a cuss word on Facebook. So I was just saying that he was saying that, Facebook. So don't counsel me, y'all. You know what I mean? All right. Now, we going to get back to football over here. 484, I'll circle back to you, man. Talk to me, man. You live.
Hello?
Yay, what's good?
What's good, Law?
Yeah, all is well, man. I can't complain.
Hey, me neither, bro. Listen, man, you my DC brother from another brother.
I appreciate you.
I thank you for having me on, bro. But let's talk about what we gonna do on this offensive line, dog. Cause we gotta do something.
No doubt, we gotta do something, man.
The conference has been locked.
What we gonna do, man? With offensive line, musical chairs. Look, they don't care about anything with this offensive line. It's a makeshift offensive line right now. Everybody have a reason, but results are what matter. So the Cowboys, regardless, gonna have to figure out ways to win.
What I'm looking at, though, is now that we got Biotis, hopefully we got Biotis back this week.
Yep.
We can move Tyron off of that right guard position and put him somewhere else. Hopefully, Tyler Smith played a hell of a lot better than he did last week because he wasn't trying to help nobody. He left homeboy on his own.
No
that
doubt.
whole Washington game, he left homeboy on his own.
No doubt, no doubt. So with the offensive line, I'm gonna tell you, man. We're gonna have to work. Communication is key. For one of the things, the negative connotation of offensive line is hard to hear on the road. And that's why you have some drop-off as it relates to that when you have a new offensive line, because you can't hear the cadence. You can't hear the snap. You can't hear the calls or things like that. So silent count may be a thing that we need to introduce to this particular offensive line crew. But I heard that there's a lot of Cowboy fans out there in Tampa, so it may not be an issue this weekend. That's why we just got this Monday. That's why we just got to jump out and get ahead and do things that way. I appreciate you for calling in. Thank you from the 484. All right, I got Trey. You're live from the 901.
Hey.
What's good with you, lady?
What's good with everybody? First off, I want to say, our prayers go out to the minister and his wife and everything. And with VIP, I understood what he was saying. I caught it as saying disbelief about the guy walking across. He didn't give it a chance. Jesus telling him to come on, man, say that. But he's telling him to come on. It was disbelief. So he's saying in the Cowboy version of it is, stop with the disbelief. Tom Brady beat us twice. We're not going a third time. It's not going to happen. We're going into Buckstown and do what we do. It ain't got nothing to do with no grass, no turf, none of that. You can get it in anything. It don't matter. It ain't got nothing to do with it. The Dallas Cowboys will prevail. I just feel like that game we played against Washington, I don't know why. It's because it's the Cowboys. I just feel like it was just a set-up game to make folks, they ain't going nowhere. They finna lose again. Look at them. They can't even win their last game. We won 12 of them, though.
Right.
They can't even lose. You know what I'm saying? We can't win our last game.
Right.
When have y'all ever seen us play like that? We didn't even play like that when the Broncos beat the crap out of us. Come on now. At this late day in the game, I don't know why it's like that. It's just because it's the Cowboys. Trust me, y'all. When this game comes on the 16th, it's gonna shock everybody.
Man, no doubt.
We on a mission. They're not gonna take this away from us, y'all. That's all I want everybody to do. Just calm down, y'all. It ain't gonna be no blowout. On either side, it's going to be a good game.
A good game.
That game going to be just...
Good game with us ending up on top. I appreciate you, Trey, on that one. Yes, indeed. Let's go to the end of the battle. Let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys? You're doing great, Lord. Love you.
Most
See you tonight.
No, that's my lady Trey right there. All right, let me respond because I always like to read comments. He says, "Law, bro, you clearly a Dak apologist. That's what you were trying to say, Iceberg Slim. But no, I told you guys what Dak must do, and apologists will say that these are the things are all happen in spite of this and that. No, what I'm saying is Dak need to do X, Y, and Z. 24. See, apologists would say there's no apologist that will say absolutely this right here if they were a Dak apologist. A Dak apologist would say, no, Dak Prescott can throw 35 to 40 times. They would not point out the fact that they want to see Dak Prescott throw for 24 to 27. They would say that Dak don't actually throw interceptions. See, that's the difference there. Allison says, Law, you're a good man, but keep that shame for the bag. And I promise someday you will hear, I would never knew you. I think that your references depart from me, thou worker of iniquity. But if you study and understood the word of iniquity, the word iniquity means inner works, meaning works that I do to showcase my love and affair for the glorification of the kingdom. But it's not the aspect of, hey, I do my works. I don't do works at all. I show my examples. There are plenty of things that I do for the Creator that you guys don't see. And I'm not putting it out there on the forefront. So I don't want to be seen giving opportunities to have someone else to live a better life. So when you try to do it for the inner works so that everyone can see, That's what he will say, depart from me, thou worker of iniquity, for I never knew you, meaning that you wanted to do things for yourself. You wanted to shine for yourself. You wanted to give glorification for yourself, and that's not me. So that's why I said what I said. Verde says, regardless, just win. Go Cowboys. Yes, indeed. So now we all on the same page, and the reason why I have to put disclaimers out there, because Facebook will take the page away and we won't have sport content. Now, if I wanted to have a spiritual channel, then I would start one. That's my thoughts on that. All right, I got my guy from the 815. Brandon, you're live. Brandon, you okay? Brandon! Brandon!
Can you hear me?
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's good with you, man?
I had it on mute, but anyway, I've been wanting to say this for a few days, so I'm gonna say this first before I get to that. Remember last year in the playoff game, Mike McCarthy was talking about we look nervous. Now, fans, I want you to think about this. He wasn't talking about the team. He was talking about a player or players. And let's go into this real quick.
Go ahead.
He wasn't talking about anybody that was inactive, right, Law? He wasn't talking about anybody on the special team. He wasn't talking about the kicker. He wasn't talking about the punter. He wasn't talking about the backup. To me, I believe he was talking about a starting player in one of our big four. I'm going to say that. So I hope this person or player is not nervous Monday night. Back to that.
So like you think I would let you slide and say that? So you saying that you were saying that when Mike McCarthy said the team was a little nervous, he was saying that basically the head player of the team, number 4, was nervous. Technically.
I think he was talking about a few players. Law.
Free players. Okay.
You really think he was looking at Anthony Brown was like, man, Anthony Brown looked a little nervous. You think he was doing that?
That's a question. Well, no. In general, I think that he was talking collectively, right? Now, those are things that you don't let the room know, like the outside noise know, right?
That was so crazy because you have to ask yourself, who was he talking about? He had to look at somebody first and be like, damn, we looking a little nervous out here. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let me tell you this. As the leader of the team, the head coach is the first leader of the team, right? He needs to figure out a way to install the unnervousness feeling. He need to have that mindset to say, all right, hey, what you doing scared? What you doing shaking over there? You know what I mean? I would play this. Hold on. Now, I would play it after it got a lot of cuss words in it. But that coach for Kirby, I think that's his name, he gave a speech that I would tell you guys that everybody needed to hear before the game. And I'm quite sure our coaches don't give those type of speeches to elevate everyone. But to your point, he could have seen the starting quarterback or the starting defensive player being a little nervous, and not just to point him out. He just said, hey, everybody was nervous. That could be the situation. Well, go ahead.
Thank you. I hope an objective mind would think about what I just said, and I think you heard what I said. Back to the the team. Again, like I said Monday, we should win this game at least by 10 points. We're better than them. This is not one of them games where we're better than them. To me, that can quiet a lot of people if he sticks to the formula. We got a formula. I'm sorry, whatever you think about Dak, it ain't it. We have a formula. If we stick to the formula, we will beat Tampa Bay by 10. I'm just.
Hold on. I gotta say this, Brandon. If we win by 1 point, are you gonna say that we should have won by 10, or you gonna take that win? You know what I'm saying? 2 and 3, Dak.
Lord, this is a playoff game. I said this. This is why I'm glad I stuck to what I said the whole year. I don't care about the regular season. what you do in the playoffs. Did you get the win? If it was like you said the other day, if it's by half a point, I'm going to take it. Dak, you did your thing. Dak, hey, you did your thing. But we need to win. What we win by is irrelevant to me. I'm just saying I think we're a better team than Tampa Bay. It's not a discussion. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. We're better than them. But we should go out there and do what we're supposed to do. It's a playoff game. This is for everything. This is what you play for. So it's not like
let me. You know what? I'm not even going to open up that for a possibility. But I really appreciate you, because I was going to say something else, but I'm not finna even mention it because I don't want that to happen. I'm not finna do it. No, I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it.
Don't do it, Dak.
I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to even do it for Dak's sake. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you, bro. I thank you for calling in and standing your ground, man. You one of the guys that going to stand. You going to stand your ground. You the reverse Flash over here, like the reverse Law. Man, let me hear you say it, fam.
How about them Cowboys, man? We're going to keep the minister mother lifted, man, and let's go Cowboys. Let's get this win.
No doubt, man. Good call from here, man. Oh, my gosh. Because I was going to say one other thing, but I was like, nah, I don't want to take it there. I don't want to go down that pathway. You know what I'm saying? But it got a lot of cuss words in this. But I need it for context, because this is how real life locker room is, though, believe it or not. So, I want you guys to listen to this speech here. And it's very alarming, because we need something like this. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Trust your preparation. No, your ass is prepared for this shit for fucking 365 days. I think about them fuckers in that locker room. Think about getting our opportunity. All the shit you went through this week to get ready for this game, now is when you pay the fucking price. You go out there with energy, enthusiasm. Hey, now, ain't nobody in this room should be cautious. Ain't nobody in this room should be nervous about shit. Go out here and fuck their ass up. Don't think about scoreboard. Don't think about shit. You think about knocking the shit out of them. Did you hear what Box said on Monday? When I sat in that fucking meeting, I wanted to go fucking play right then. Tore your shit up out here. 2 years ago, fucked your shit up. Goddamn pride and joy tells me you fuck these guys up. You go play the right way. You play the right way. You knock their ass off. You stay off the fucking ground. You tackle the fucking man with a ball. The shit's easy. Look at the right shit. Punish their ass on offense and kick their ass on special teams, guys. It's about who the fuck we are. I believe in you. Let's go.
Now, ladies, I know the ladies probably ain't used to the cuss words or what have you, but everyone have a reason, but results are what matter, right? And the ending score of that game was 65-7. So I got to tell y'all that it's Kirby's pregame speech, and it's on Barstool Sports. I'm going to share it so you guys can get to it. But what I'm trying to say is, ladies do curse too, though. Yeah. They'll cuss you out real quick. But I'm just saying that this is just what it is, I don't think ladies was in the locker room. I'm talking about football. I hate to put it in that context, ladies. But, man, ladies in the locker room now. Okay, let's leave it even playing field. I apologize. Don't counsel me, y'all. Please don't counsel me. I appreciate y'all, man. But that's how it is in the locker room, ladies. I'm talking about some of the ladies that's follow the channel that's like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, right? So what I'm saying is that I don't think that Mike McCarthy give these type of speech. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that it's a situation and scenario that we have this type of moments of letting people know that, hey, this is why we are here. This is why we had our blood, sweat, and tears out there in Oxnard. Right? This is why the sweat was boiling off of us for the mini camps before we got to Oxnard in Texas. This is why we're here. This is why we went through all of the season. To lay it down and put it all on the line right now, right? I may give the same type of speech, but it may not have those cuss words in it. But it's going to be similar to that. Moving other furniture. I don't think that Mike McCarthy got that in him, right? So somebody on his team need to rev that up. And sometimes it can't be peer to peer. It probably need to be somebody that's over you, somebody that's a coach, somebody that's even an owner, somebody that's even a general manager. Somebody need to get in there and say, hey, we need this win. They need to talk with that type of assurance. You know what I'm saying? With that type of vicious bite, with that type of, hey, leadership mindset that we're gonna leave it all out there on the field. Even if they have to hire ET to come out there to preach. You know what I'm saying? Or they bring in TD Jakes. They need to have somebody that can get in there to tell the players, this is what we need to have done. All right, so let's go, Cowboy Nation. I got my guy, Tyreek. You're live, man.
What's up?
Good, man. Talk to me, man. Not much, man. Talk to me.
I'm looking at it like this, man. We have a lot of the players from last year on this team that lost in that first round game.
Right.
And they should understand. A lot of the people that played last year should be trying to teach the younger ones that what's the playoffs all about. You know what I'm saying? And how does it feel to lose in a big game?
Right.
You could have won that game. And that's my thing, that I really believe like they need to talk to them about that. And I really respect what you're saying as far as Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy. They need to come in that locker room. Excuse me. They need to come in that locker room and talk to the team with a Super Bowl ring, or at least one Super Bowl ring on, and show them like, yo, is y'all gonna go get one of these?
Right.
I got mine. You gonna go get yours?
Yeah.
And say the same damn thing to Kellen Moore. I
Right.
got mine, bro. Is you gonna go coach a hell of a game to go get yours?
Mm-hmm.
So hold up.
Yeah, they got you.
Ain't no
The urban stuff got you, huh?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Yeah, all right, though, bro.
So my thing is, they really need to lock in.
Right.
You know what I mean? All the outside noise, they shouldn't be listening to it. They need to be locked in this whole week going into this game. The rest of this week going into next Monday. They need to be locked all the way in. All that partying or whatever they do, they're supposed to block everybody out. They're supposed to be serious because Tampa Bay is serious. They know what it takes. A lot of them players over there know what it takes to go win one because they already got one. Most of them on that team got a bowl, so they know what it takes. So they not about to be playing with us.
But you know what they can do, though? They got tangible stuff, man. Tom Brady can have a doggone meeting, the day before the game or the day of the game, and he can walk in and he can have – I'm going to use these as his rings, you know what I'm saying? I'm use these as rings. He can just walk in there and just start putting them down. And he can just start putting them down. He don't even have to open his mouth and say, this is what y'all want. This is what y'all want, And that could be motivation, right? So people will rally behind a person that been there before. They got trophies on the wall or what have you. And what the Cowboys got to understand that you can't get experience out of nothing. But you got to figure out a way. You got to figure out a way to in this game. You got to lean on what happened to you last year and use that as your medicine. Look, good coaches, man, let me say this. Great coaches know how to motivate from within. You see, this guy, Jimmy Johnson, he looked for, because he's a psychology major, believe it or not, he looked for any little small thing to motivate his team. And he said, look at this list right here. Team, look at this list right here. None of y'all names are on this list right here for the Pro Bowl. None of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Let's go and make all of those people liars, you know what I'm saying, that created that list. And that is what great coaches should be able to do, and that will separate the person that's average, good, to great, to being elite. You can be a great coach, but if you want to be an elite coach, you figure out ways to have an elite game, and that's putting people in the right positions to win, Tariq.
Yeah, because everybody understands something. And what I really need the Joneses to understand is, especially Mr. Jerry Jones, you got more summers behind you than in front of you, bro.
Yep.
You don't have time to be bullshitting anymore.
Nope.
You need to be down there talking, pumping energy into this team, motivating this team, then you're sitting like threatening them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, I mean, you know, a lot of y'all probably ain't gonna be here next year if you don't step up now. This is your chance to go do something. And you know what I mean? Like he had one of them Johnny Walker stories and all that crap. He need to go in there and pump some energy into this. I mean, what is it, Johnny Walker Blue, whatever he be drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a billionaire. He's a
billionaire.
He's a billionaire. He got enough money and resources to fly Nate Newton, Charles Haley, you know, the playmaker, Troy, you know, come down and give them a speech and say, hey, this is how important this game is. Darren Woodson and all of those boys. He got enough money to even call Jimmy Johnson and say, hey, I just need for you to give these guys a prep talk. But I feel you, man. Appreciate you for calling in.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Good call from him, man. Good call. Good call from him. All right, we got my guy MJ, 100 grand, and then Queen. All right, you live, MJ. You talk to me, man, for the 206.
What up, Law Nation?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man.
Oh, man, I'm just checking out your podcast. You ain't seen me on there for a long time. I did one of your numbers when you was that day you was frustrated.
Oh, okay. You was moving furniture around. You know what I'm saying? Against the Washington team. You were mad about that, huh?
I was mad. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't like it because me and you always talk about it. If that dumb offensive coordinator, and I'm gonna tell you, I saw your show last night.
MJ. He's a brilliant offensive coordinator. We're not going to put no negative energy out for him. I think that the Carolina Panthers would do wonders with Kellen Moore. You know what I mean? Reverse psychology, that thing. Talk to me, man.
Yeah. Because I'm and I know this will get all the the fans frustrated. Now, I'm watching Detroit game.
Right.
They already knew they didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
And they wanted to beat the crap out of Rodgers because he thought he was going, I'm going to the playoffs. He said, I'm finna show you. They said, we finna show you, motherfucker. And they beat his fucking ass.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the play calling was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I say, man, that quarterback over there look like an all-star again. I said, the offensive coordinator is calling the right play. Now, what's wrong with the Cowboys and everybody over here, I'm going to tell you, that last 6 weeks, and you played the tape, Law.
Yep.
That linebacker for Tampa Bay said they know they plays. They know the Cowboys plays. I'm telling you, I know what the play he's finna call.
Yep.
So the running game is not gonna go good if this fool don't switch that running game up. They know he's gonna run up the middle every time. They know he's gonna run a sweep sometime, but they know he's gonna keep trying to run up the middle. 1 yard gain, a loss. They know his plays. I'm telling you. So if this fool do not come and be creative this week, they're going to stop that run again.
No doubt. Let's just be creative, MJ, and let's get this win, man. All right. So what else you got before I let you go?
And one more. Please, Darren Quinn, I heard you talking. Y'all played it last night, and I hope y'all saying the real truth, Darren Quinn. If them D tackles ain't gonna play, man, please play Rush and big number 95 together. So and tell them 11 to stay in his lane. Don't try to, cause he's the one that, I'm gonna tell the fans right now, number 11 is hurting us, cause he won't stay in his lane. If he rush to the outside and let them dudes push up the middle, that means number 12 gotta come to the middle, cause he don't like pressure in the middle. Then he won't throw good. If he try to be pretty boy, he gonna get us torched. Cause they got a new receiver that's fast off the punt team that will burn you. So all I want to say, I hope we win. I'm praying.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them, baby? That's MJ. And next, we got a man with the plan, 100 grand, man. What's good with you, man, from the 201? You live.
Yeah. All prayers up to the lady.
Mm-hmm.
All prayers up to her first and foremost. And listen, man. Game over. Game already over.
Game already over.
I'm trying to see who our next opponent gonna be. Game already over, dog.
You already got in your mind, man. You know,
I done told my cousin, I said, look, man, you want to bet? How much money you want to bet, dog? Game already over. He a Tampa Bay fan. He said the same thing. Oh, we got this wide receiver that used to play punt team. Y'all know nothing about him. We got him obligated in the offense. No, that don't matter, cuz. We already won this game. Y'all
100 grand. You got 100 grand on it, huh?
Hey, I might go to FanDuel and do that. You know
FanDuel,
what I'm
man.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna put money on it. I'm trying to debate how much money I should put on it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, go to the underdog, man. They one of my peeps, man. Is it the information in the description box?
Underdog.
Go to underdog. You know what I'm saying? They at least and they'll match $100 with you. You know what I'm saying? At least
exactly. You right. They'll match $100. Don't go to FanDuel.
Don't go to FanDuel. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Bump FanDuel.
Underdog over here.
Yeah. Shout out to the underdog, man. You know.
But man, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you the reason why we gonna win this game.
Why?
Dan Quinn.
Quinn time, okay. What he gonna do different? We're gonna do different. You can defense.
That defense gonna shut them down.
It's gonna be like the Minnesota's game on the high end.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, I'd be surprised if they put up over 14 points.
So it's going to be like the Minnesota game, 48-2.
I'm going to give them a touchdown. They ain't going to get two. I'll tell you this right now. I'm going to give them one, but they not going to score over 14 points. I'm telling you this right now.
I tell you this, 100. I still got your mailing information. And if that happened, I'm gonna send you something, fam. Just for you boldly speaking that out. And if we hold them boys to if it's something like that, I don't even care if the score is 16-12, 16-10, I'm gonna send you something, fam.
They will not score over 14 points. And what made me come to that conclusion, I already seen it when we watched the game, but on the final word, when you played what Dan Quinn said, I said, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. You deal. See, what people don't understand is, and everybody, when you play that, and I watched the whole show, and everybody was like, man, that's not the reason why we were trash and all this and that. You got to understand, they're playing on a higher level that we have not seen this before. We have not seen Jason Garrett play on a higher level. They already knew. Law, when you get to a point you already in the playoffs, that's the regular season, dog. We concentrating on the playoffs right now.
I feel you on that.
4 games before, right now, we concentrating on the playoffs. We don't care about the regular season, because if we won them games and lost them games, we ain't going nowhere anyway in the season. As soon as we clinched, all right, bro, we concentrating on the playoffs right now rather than trying to concentrate on the playoffs a week before. We going to concentrate on the playoffs a month before. It's going to be shut down, Lord. I guarantee.
No doubt, man. Let me hear you say it, fam. Come on, man.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? That ain't $200. That's 100 grand, man. So he got money on the table. I'm going to send him some artifacts, man, and all of that good stuff. When that happens, y'all, I'm going to send him all of that good stuff, y'all. I got some merch right here, man. Underdog stuff right here. They just sent me some stuff, man. Extra large Cowboy, Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to send this when I got a large. I think you're a large 100. Well, you may fit that extra large. I'm going to send it off to you, man, when that happens. I don't care if the score 14-13. Cowboys win and they hold those boys under 14 points. I'm gonna be a man of my words and send that out to him. All right, and shoot, I'm gonna be we're going to be parlaying and everything. And it's right. She's your queen to be. Yes, Queen. You are live, Queen. Talk to us.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
How's it going?
All is well. I can't complain.
How about them Cowboys today, Lo?
How about them, baby?
First off, I wanted to send up my heartfelt wishes for the minister's mom. I will be sending up prayers for her. And
right.
I hope all is well. Second, I don't know how I came off yesterday when I called in as far as, saying that, I didn't want to hear the PVO stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am, nothing towards Lady Jessica.
Okay.
Nothing towards her. I love Lady Jessica. But I'm always positive.
Yeah.
I'm always, I'm always positive about these Cowboys. But I'm not delusional.
Yeah.
There are certain things that I feel like we as a team need to do better.
Right.
And I feel like it's okay, even in the midst of your positivity, it is okay to say what you see that's wrong, what you see that needs help, and what you see that they can do better.
I think that what you were saying is that when you see the weatherman say that it's a 95% chance of raining, right? You with your mindset say, I'm going to get this umbrella, right? I'm not finna think that it's not going to rain because of the 5% that is not, right? And the people that and I'm not trying to paint all Cowboy fans with the same brush. But what you're saying from your point of view is that team is the type of team that roll out there with that 5% chance of like it's not going to rain and be out there without the poncho, the umbrella, and these sorts of things. What you're saying is that if the Cowboys don't bring the material, they're going to get rained on. And that is the major line of the reason why when Jessica, and what we're talking about within the context of PVO, of the major line of the ones that believe like Jessica and the ones that believe like you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
like Lady Jessica is like, when people say the 95% chance, and it's not me throwing anything at her, but the 5% of the people that's out there with the umbrella and the poncho, Lady Jessica saying, wait a minute, y'all don't have faith. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to rain. And we like, hold on, Lady Jessica, hold on. What we're saying is that it's about to rain. You know what I'm saying? So we just trying to prepare ourselves as an analogy,
That's right.
And that's what you were saying the other day, like, hey, cut out all of the PVO stuff. I'm going to get my poncho. I'm getting my doggone rain boots, my jacket, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to put my hair in a bonnet, whatever your lady, put it in a bonnet thing, and I'm going to make sure that I'm prepared for this rain. But I refuse.
Right.
I refuse to walk out there without my equipment, and then I get rained on, and now I'm the fool, right? That's how you putting it in context, preparation. And I felt you when you said it. Yeah.
Yes. And that's all it was,
That's all it was.
And then and then, you have that person that is negative no matter what.
Right.
I don't even want to say his name because I don't want to give him any more power. But
see that person, I get with what you said. You know what I'm saying? That person said it's a 90. Now he says 100% chance it go right.
Exactly.
He believe it even if it's 80% chance. He's knowing that it's 100% chance it's gonna rain. And watch out. And it's because of a certain number.
Yeah. It's because of that one big. It's because of that one big black cloud over there. I know 100%.
I know 100%. Yeah.
The rest of the sky is clear, but that one big black cloud right there. It's gonna rain, y'all. So no. And so what I wanted to say in reference to that is, Law, I'm mixing this other one I was gonna say. I'm gonna mix it all in together. Law, you're not you're not an apologist. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't consider you an apologist. I consider you someone that looks at all the facts, looks at everything in its own context, and then you use analogies within all of that, and you state the obvious. You state the facts. And you don't let anyone veer you away from those facts because you have actually taken time out to study and digest what it is that you're saying. You see what I'm saying? So I would never consider you an apologist. And so I say all that to say this is that even Aaron Rodgers, because, you know, you got that person that say, if Dak sticks to the formula, if Dak sticks to the plan, then we can do this and we can do that. Well, hello, Dak has a head coach. Dak has an offensive coordinator. The team has a defensive coordinator. And even Aaron Rodgers made it obvious that you cannot, as a quarterback, direct your own plays as you see fit. From my understanding, the offensive coordinator gives you certain plays that, you know, give you like 2 or 3 plays that you can choose from. You know, if you don't like what you see in the defense, well, pick this play or pick that play.
No doubt,
You just can't go out there on the field and say, F all of what he's saying. I'm just going to do what I want to do. Because Aaron Rodgers proved that when he yelled at his coach and said, run the effing ball.
No doubt.
So it's Aaron Rodgers who is what they say a Hall of Fame, super duper quarterback. If he has to say something to his coaches about changing the play, why would Dak not have to do the same thing?
Ooh, oh my goodness! I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you for laying that one up for me. I'm gonna talk about that off the phone call here. I appreciate you. Let me hear you say it.
Let it rain, Cowboy Nation, and we going to the Super Bowl, Law.
Let's go with it, baby. my God, Brandon, he says, man, Dak better win. Dak better have that poncho, huh, Brandon? He better have that rain boots. He better have that doggone jacket, an umbrella, you know what I'm saying? A tent or something. He better have it. He better not let that rain. It's going to rain on your head, you know. He better have it. So he's right, though, you know. He's right. It rained on our head when Dak Prescott was the quarterback for this team 3 times. 3 times. He's 1-3. So we're going to have to figure out a way so that he can be prepared for this rain. So that rain, when it start falling, that he have his umbrella, he have his poncho, his rain boots, man, or a whole rain gear, suit up and get up, be prepared. Because there will be no excuses. We letting him know that it's about to rain, or it's a possibility, you know, according to most. Now, according to my guy, 100 grand, he's saying that it's not going to rain at all. We can be prepared for it. It ain't going to rain at all because it's going to be clear skies and beautiful lullabies because we're going to win this game. And I'm thinking that we're going to win this game too. It's no rain going to be out there. But you better be prepared. There's no excuses. I love that. You know, when the weatherman says a 96% chance, don't lean on the 4. Say it's not. Just be prepared for it is what we are trying to say collectively and not to dismiss the 96% chance, you know. But I feel what she said, and just for me to put the bow tie on this again, this is not Queen versus Lady Jessica, right? This is Queen saying that, hey, the 96% chance, we're going to make sure we have all of our equipment together, right? But the Lady Jessica aspect of it is positive vibes only, you know what I'm saying? Meaning that, hey, there's no rain, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be out there. You don't need the poncho. You don't need the umbrella. We're going to win regardless, you know what I'm saying, of the situation outcome. We're going to pray it away, you know what I'm saying? And I get what she's saying. There's no, put it like this. We as spectators, there's no right or wrong way of thinking of that, right? And that's just how I say it. You know, that's how I see it. Because even though when you look back at this movie, I like to contextualize this all and put it together and make it pretty for you guys. He wasn't the only one that was willing to fight, but he was the leader. And he was willing to take on all of those guys by himself with one sword. And he was willing to die for his cause. He was willing to die on that hill. But he had other people that were behind him. Sometimes not everybody need to be a leader. Not everybody need to stand tall into the gap. Not everybody need to be rushed into the fire. Oh, wrong button. But not everybody need to be that person. If you guys get what I'm saying. You guys understand what I'm saying. There's only a few leaders out there. You know what I'm saying? Only one Malcolm X, right? One Dr. Martin Luther King. You know, not everybody. Now, of course, we had Medgar Evers who did a lot of things and a whole bunch of other people for the cause, right? But what I'm saying is that there's only one particular leader that be out there that everyone else fall behind. But in order for you to lead, you got to lead. You got to stand tall and say, hey, and I truly believe that there are more power than the number of people that's willing to work for you when they see the passion in your heart, right? That's just how it goes. Don't lean on Ford head. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, Brandon. So that's why we need to really, if it's not Ford, then it have to be the head coach. If it's not the head coach, it have to be what? The Ezekiel Elliott's. It have to be Parsons. It have to be someone. But it's just how it goes, y'all. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. But if it's not Ford, regardless, he is the one that's going to get the blame when you lose and going to get the fame when you win. Like I said even before, about an hour ago, like I said with the whole context of the quarterback, they get the glory. Trent Dilfer get the glory. Dan Marino wish he had, you know what I'm saying, a ring. Don't y'all know that Drew Bledsoe got a Super Bowl ring? He don't wear it. He was on that roster when the Patriots won that Super Bowl. He don't wear that ring. He don't walk around saying, hey, I got a Super Bowl ring. Carson Wentz got him a ring. He don't wear it, right? Carson Wentz don't wear that ring. He don't claim that ring. He was hurt. He didn't perform on that stage. But he can literally walk around and say, hey, I'm a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Nah, he going to leave that for Shady McCoy. You know? Shady McCoy claimed that ring. He was on the bench. He did the exact same thing we did, right? Hector, you're live from the 731.
Damn, Law, you always catch me in the middle of inhaling. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Talk to me, man.
Hey, I got a quick question, and then I got a prediction. My question is, you said that it ain't cool to blitz Tom Brady. So what defense you think would work best against his offense? You think maybe a zone press? And get pressure up the middle. I mean, with the four.
Well, zone press, I would love that. Two underneath, both of those DBs pressing the wide receivers with the safety over the top.
Wouldn't that help to cover the middle of the field?
That would help the safety. They drop. Yep. The safety drop, and you got pressure. We got to figure out a way to get pressure with four. And we got to figure out a way to cover the flats. Because those are his quick reads. It's West Coast.
Okay, he runs. He does. He runs the West Coast offense. All right.
Yeah. West Coast. That's your quicks, your drags, your slants, or what have you. So if you press your boys. But here's the thing: I don't think that Diggs is a press cover corner. Trayvon Mullen is a press corner, and he looked terrible the other day on a play that he got beat over the top. Kevin Joseph is a press cover corner, but he haven't been in good rhythms to continue to do that. I think Deshaun is kind of in between. I just don't think that we have a lot of press guys naturally on this team, in my opinion. But go ahead.
All right, cool. Look, my prediction going forward is I'm going to predict 4-4-4, and that's 40 burgers across the board. And then, I'll get back with you week before the Super Bowl so we could laugh about it. My bold prediction at the beginning of the season was I predicted this team had what it took to win at least 2 out of the next 3 Super Bowls. I still believe that. They got a lot of talent on this team. They just need to put it together. Once they put it together, everything will be just fine. And we're in the playoffs 2 years in a row. You can't get to the Super Bowl without getting to the playoffs. So, it's not doom and gloom. It'll be what it'll be.
Yes, indeed, man.
It's not like Tom Brady and Tampa Bay is unbeatable.
Right.
Every team is beatable.
Every team. They lost
You know
9
what I'm saying,
games
Law?
this year. Yes, indeed. Let's make it 10 for them.
So I predict 40 burgers across the board, and then, let the 4-letter networks and 3-letter networks, let them talk about what they want to talk about, because, they change it up from week to week anyway. So,
no doubt.
It's all going to be good. Salute to the nation, and prayer chain for Miss Simmons. And
no doubt.
To you, Law, stay blessed like always. And how about them Cowboys?
How about him, man? That's my guy, Hector. Smoke! You know what I'm saying? I love you, man. This is what I was saying, because I got to get some clarification. Because I think people didn't understand what I said when I said Drew Bledsoe got him a ring. If you're on the team, you get you a ring. You know what I'm saying? He was on that team when Tom Brady won that Super Bowl. So, therefore, he still get a ring. He's not wearing that ring. You know what I'm saying? So, even Carson Wentz, he was a part of that team in 2017. But I'm quite sure he don't wear that ring. And that's just what I was saying, that just because you're on the team that won the Super Bowl, you're going to get that ring. That's what I was saying. Not saying that they played in the Super Bowl. Y'all get what I'm saying? Are y'all following me now? Are y'all following what I'm saying? Is that yes, Carson Wentz got him a ring. Yes, Drew Bledsoe got him a ring, right? But they didn't play in the game, Yes, indeed. Sam, Parsons A and B gap. I would love to see blitzing inside there. Yeah. Did Bledsoe win an AFC championship for them? I'm quite sure they made it to the Super Bowl in the 90s, though, didn't he? Bledsoe was on that team in the 90s when they made it to the Super Bowl, wasn't he? Bledsoe, was it the Patriots versus Green Bay? That's what was the Bledsoe in that Super Bowl? Yeah. So he got him a championship ring or what have you for that. Yeah, so, that's just how it goes, man. I think Bledsoe was on that team. Had to be Bledsoe versus Brett Favre that year, right? Was it that year? Okay. Yep. Patriots. See, I know we got some historians in here, man. Yeah, it was Bledsoe. So, yeah, he got him an AFC championship ring, too. You get those rings, but we don't count those rings, man. AFC championship ring. Dallas need more than 24 points to win this game. Yeah. Didn't Brady get hurt? No, it was Bledsoe all the way up into the year of, was it 2001 or something like that? Brady took over. But he was on that team. Yeah. So y'all get what I'm saying, right? And I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. I got my guy who been waiting here patiently. DMV George from the 240, you live.
What's going on, Lyle? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Oh, let me say this. When you go to the Super Bowl, the AFC team get a ring and the NFC team get a ring, right? They both get those little, what do you call those rings, DMV George?
Participation award? I don't know what ring you're talking about.
Yeah, I think all teams get some type of a trophy or an award when they go to the Super Bowl. Both sides get some type of accolades for that. I think that they still do that. I don't know if you follow along with me on that one, but I think they all get like some type of commemorates ring or something like that. It's like a participation trophy. It's like that. Go ahead.
First of all, I just want to start off with I feel really confident. I feel like these players are mad and angry. They hear what everybody says. They're hearing what these networks are saying. They're hearing what you're saying. And I feel really confident going to this game at the aggression level they're going to have. I also want to say prayers to my guy's mom. That's really sad to hear. Lost my grandmother a few weeks ago, so I know what he's going through. But hopefully it doesn't get that bad. And going into football stuff, I got 3 quick points, and I'm just going to add something in there. Hopefully we don't see Tyler Quay on the field ever again.
Right.
I hope that we could just rock out with our starters on the field, no matter how. Like, I want them to play majority of the snaps, even like and with their tie. I want them to battle these games out, because right here is like you really don't have that much time to be tired. It's do or die right here. But going to my points, I think Micah Parsons. People were talking about him playing linebacker again. I don't think that's ever going to happen. He played 95% of his snaps at end this year, and I just don't see a world where Dan Quinn he's made him a linebacker. Even when he tries to hang in the secondary rooms, I heard like they don't even allow him to hang with the secondary players anymore, be in their meetings anymore. He's an end now. And I feel like, cause I remember George Edwards is his main influencer, and he said anytime George Edwards sees him hanging with the secondary or in their meetings, he takes them and they get to the line work, and he's just like he's not involved in that. He doesn't need to be involved in that. In their eyes, so I think that's like never a thing anymore. They're taking a side of him away.
Yeah.
And I'm saying my last point really is I really think Kellen Moore does no. Everybody's hating Dak right now. I feel like Kellen Moore does him no favors.
Right.
If I don't want to self promote anybody else or like just if you ever watch Kurt Warner's breakdowns on Kellen, like if you don't know why Kellen Moore is bad, go watch Kurt Warner's breakdowns. It's the details that he just doesn't give. He doesn't help Dak out at all. And I'm not a Dak apologist. I think like I really just like Dak because we're scoring 30+ points a game.
Right.
And in spite of Kellen Moore, like truly, I can say it's in spite of him. I swear to you.
Right.
Like it's a talent level to him that to Dak that like I mean I really just can't overlook it. Like it's really I just hope we can. I hope we really can get this offense going. The run game is going to be really important in this game, but I feel like the screen game could be a complement to it if the run game does not work. But I doubt Kellen Moore's going to do that. So I'm just like, I feel like we're going to find a way to pull this game out, but I'm really confident going into it. I'm just not confident with my coordinators.
No doubt, man. Good call from you, man, on that, man. Appreciate you, DMV, and I'm always going to keep your thoughts and your prayers in my heart, man, for condolences and those things, man. I appreciate you, man.
No problem.
Good call from him. Prayer up to everyone. Yeah. Here you go, right here. I think I just had it. That's Tom Brady, though. Let me go right here. I think I just had it. Here we go. They give out conference championship rings or pendants. And here you go, 2019 Niners, 2016, just for examples, Atlanta Falcons, they get rings. The Carolina Panther, 2015. Remember, they made it to the Super Bowl, so they get a ring. So, of course, the ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl ring. That is the ultimate ring. But they do have, like, when you win your conference championship, you go to the Super Bowl, and it's the AFC versus the NFC, and then that's the ultimate Super Bowl, right? And they do all of that for teams or what have you. So technically, the Cowboys got 8 total rings, right? But we only got 5 Super Bowls, if you want to count the rings or what have you, and these sorts of things. But the ring that matters the most is Super Bowl ring, right? I think how we got into those participation rings. Yeah, Jay Lombardi. Yep. I mean, you throw those away, man. When the players when they get them, the first thing the players do when they hit rock bottom, they sell those. You know, they put those on the blocks. You know, that's what they do. I heard that's what they do. They don't hold on to those. They kind of sell them for. It's real diamonds, it's real gold, it's real whatever. You know, and it'd be like you can catch them. I've seen storylines of. What's the name of that show? It's the Pawn Brothers or something like that down in Vegas. They have people all the time to come in and they say, "Hey, I got this conference championship ring. How much you want for it?" And they shoot a thing, $150,000 to $300,000. And then he always say, "I got a guy." You know what I'm saying? You know how the pawn show go? I got a guy. I know a guy. That's when you know he already called the guy up and said, hey, man, tell it ain't worth much. But the pawn shop, yeah, man, shoot. Let me, I see this artifact right here. Let me call my buddy. I know a buddy that specializes in this. And let me call him up right quick. That show go hard. It's on Netflix. I love that show, man. Pawn Star, yeah. Is it Pawn? Yeah, Pawn Stars. I got a guy. I know a buddy. That dude always trip me out. Yeah, this dude right here, Rick Harrison. He's always tripping me out, man. I know a buddy. I got a guy. I got this relic. That's worth $500,000. Oh man, hey, I got this signed bobblehead, authentic. This is Emmitt Smith, signed bobblehead. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be worth money one day, y'all. It's gonna be worth money. So he'll look at it and say, "It look like it's in mint condition." But I know a buddy. I got a guy, and then he said, "But how much you want for it first?" And I say, $150,000. Let me call this guy. I know a buddy. He specializes in this. He's really good. Let me see if it's all authentic and everything. Then his buddy come, and he looks at it. He gets the magnifying glass out, and he said, yeah, this is authentic. This is the real bobblehead from Emmitt. It don't look like Emmitt, but it is Emmitt, though. And what y'all talking about, man? I'm Emmitt Smith. Nobody got more rushing yards than me. Nobody got more touchdown than me. Yes, I should be worth the money, man. I'm Emmitt freaking Smith. Look at the back of it, baby. You know what I'm saying? This is real. This is real. So his buddy would come in and say, yeah, this is real. It's authentic. So it is worth $140,000. And then, oh boy, after he leave, he say, well, Law, although it's worth $150,000, you want $150, I can only offer you $20,000. You know what I mean? I can only offer you $20,000. You know what I'm saying? And they be going back and forth. That's the best show in life, man. It's one of the best shows in life, man. And then he be like, I can only offer you $20,000 for it, And then I say, $150,000 is all I'm willing to, to get. That's all. As low as I go, $150. I got inventory. It's gonna take me a minute to sell it. $90,000. I was like, $150 is what I'm willing. There's nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. Well, let's do $140,000. That's a real good show, y'all. All right, man. I got 3 callers left, man. Montana from the 614, you live.
How you doing, Law?
Nothing much, man. Chilling, man.
How the family?
Fam good, man.
That's good
we
to
good.
hear. That's good to hear. Man, my only question is, how is Mike McCarthy on the hot seat, bro? How? When this man has done something in 27 years that no coach has done in Dallas is Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
And y'all ready to get rid of this man?
Man, he on the hot seat, man. It's real, man. It's real, man.
These fans crazy, and they be wondering why Dallas don't be doing nothing. Like, bro, it's not the coaches, it's the fans too. Fans don't appreciate what they got in front of them. All they care about is hate, failure, and downfall. If it soothes Dallas fans, I think it make them more comfortable with losing. They love it. I don't know why, but they always crying about winning.
Yeah.
And it just goes over my head, and I'll be confused. Like, okay, this man is doing things that no other coach has done in 27 years, and y'all crying about him losing a first round, bro. I don't care about that. He gonna make them boys go out there and be competitive. It's gonna be a close, good game. And he's not caring about nothing that nobody else is talking about. He ain't going out there just to purposely lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody like, well, Dan Quinn is going to be the reason why this boy, we win. No, it's not. It's going to be McCarthy, because McCarthy is going to grab Kellen by the back of his neck. Hey, come here, boy. Let me show you something how it's done. Dan Quinn going to have to sit there and follow. Dan Quinn ain't no winner.
Yeah.
He's a loser, too. You know what I'm saying? So the only winning coach we got is Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, from all of the BS that he got to deal with. Because think about this, for example, Barry Switzer, right? We knew the drop-off was when we went from Jimmy to Barry, right? And and if you look at his resume, let's just play this out. 12-4, 12-4, 10-6, 6-10. People were ready to get rid of him when he went 10-6 in '96. You know what I'm saying? And we won a playoff game that year, you know. But the drop-off was like, hey, but we all knew what the solution was, like get Jimmy back, you know. But we saw the drop-off, and then he had only one losing season, 6-10. It's like kumbaya, time to get rid of him, you know. But we were first place in the first 3 years he was here. But that was all giving to the to the context of that's Jimmy Johnson, players and people and temperaments. That's why Troy was like, hey, man, where's the motivation at? Hey, we all out here thinking that we already achieved in something, but we didn't. But we knew where it was coming from. So it's the same talk track now that even though it's kind of crazy. Mike McCarthy, 6-10, 12-5, 12-5. Let's get rid of him, you know.
I don't know, man. I just feel like, man, how can y'all just do that to that man? Like, I don't care about what went down in Green Bay. As y'all can see, it wasn't Mike McCarthy. It was Aaron Rodgers the whole time. It's still the same problems that's going over there in Green Bay land, and he's not even there.
He's not even there. So, yeah.
He's not even there. He's not even worried about Wisconsin. He's here. He's down in Texas eating some good barbecue.
No doubt, man.
You know what I'm saying? But all I got to say is, man, fans, shut up. Ride with your team. Stop being the only fan base who downgrades their team, who hopes for a downfall, who prays Dak to get injured, who prays for failure. Like, stop being that fan base. This is why the Dallas Cowboys is always being talked down on. It's because of the fan base.
Yep.
Y'all being trash. Y'all are.
Well, no, they are being hoodwinked too, because here's what I saw when I was fixing my breakfast this morning and preparing myself to get through my daily activities. I just skimmed through a few channels, and every channel was talking about Cowboys hot seat. Is this a must-win game for Dak? Is this a must-win game for Mike McCarthy? And then, you know, a lot of people say, well, let's cut Dak. Let's get him off this team. Well, you will have to get rid of Dak Prescott. And people think I'm an apologist to say this, but don't you know the dead money will be $89 million for 2023? And then the next year it'll be a 49, or it'll be 45, I think 45. So you willing to eat $89 million of dead cap space for 2023, and to eat also $45 million for the 2024 season, just so you can get rid of a believed problem for this team. When even if we do get rid of Dak, it doesn't solidify the fact that we're going to do anything with the money in the first place. We don't do anything with the money in the first place.
No, but this is also the thing too. How y'all gonna get rid of Dak when he ain't never had a losing season? Romo had losing seasons. Y'all weren't ready to get rid of him.
Yup, you know, Montana, this is how it goes, man. This is the fan base, man. This is what we do, baby. I appreciate you for calling in, man.
It's not what we do, Law. It's what they do.
Yeah, collectively, yeah.
I mean, that's what they do. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say. Hey, Cowboys going to get this close dub Monday, and they're going to shut the world up. Let's go, Cowboys. DC4L, baby.
Let's go, man. That's Montana, man. Let's shut the world up, man. And overall, you know, I feel what people say, but you can't shoot yourself in the foot that much, though. You know, I don't think that you would eat $89 million worth of dead money. you know, and then you would eat the next year 45 or 49, something like that. I'm going off the top of my head. Matter of fact, I want to see it, so I want to be tangible with y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up, you know, so you guys can all see what I'm talking about with this, you know, dead cap and all of that, you know. And it's foolish thinking, though, you know, to think that a team would do that, you know, anyhow in the first place, you know. But there goes to show you that that's why, you know, ants don't tell bees on how to make money, you know, or make honey, you know. So that's just how it goes. So if you go down here and we slide over to cap hit. All right, so if you cut him, I was wrong. I apologize. $39 million. So you would hit a 52 cap hit, and it's 39, not 89. I apologize. Oh no, I'm right. Because this is year 2023. So yeah, it would be this season. It would be $89 million dead cap hit. And then the following year, 2024, it'd be a $39 million cap hit. So let's just roll that up. $90 million cap hit, $40 million cap hit. Yeah, so I'm right. So that's 2023, 2024, and then you won't clear out on that money because he got a lot of dead money on that back end of that contract for 2025 and 2026. And that's $21 million, and that's $3 million. So those who like to count the money, you won't clear off from Dak Prescott to the year of 2025-ish, 2026 is when you won't be able to clear that check until the year 2026. So he's here for a long stay, man. And let me pull this up for Zeke, because Zeke is the other guy. Ezekiel Elliott is the other guy that we got to clear off from here. Ezekiel Elliott, and people will argue with that right there and say, okay, the only way you can get away from that if you renegotiate and reconstruct the contract. That means that you're taking some of that money and you spreading it out. You're still gonna get the blow, meaning that if you renegotiate this contract, because both of these boys got a no trade clause. That is what killing the contract language anyhow. The no trade clause, because you can't trade this unless he's willing to say, all right, you know, I'm going to release that clause from my contract. But why would he do that? You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's go look at Zeke and make sure we're in the year 2023. So the cap hit will be $16 million 2023 next year. So you'll take an $11 million hit for Zeke for 2023. In 2024, you'll take a $6 million hit. And then for 2025, because he's on the books all the way to year 2026. That's just how his contract is. So you can eat $11 million worth of cap space for the 2023 year, and that is equivalent to losing out like a player like a Dalton Schultz, right? $11 million or what have you. I don't think that nobody is willing to hit that, you know, eat that for next season. So if I'm a person, two things you don't want to see is Zeke being cut, right? That's one thing. It's like a double negative. He's untradeable. Look, that contract, when you really look at it, he's untradeable because he don't have he got a no trade clause in his contract, right? If you cut him, you're going to eat $11 million. And let's see what they hit. The hit before you cut him is relatively low. It's $1 million. You can round that up. Yep. His cap hit is still $16 million. You're going to take that hit of $16 million. You can prorate it, and you can be a before June 1, what have you, and get the $11 million, but you're still going to get that hit regardless. So here's the thing. You don't want to cut them because you're going to get that hit of $11 million. You can't trade them. And for the other reason, you for dog sure can't extend them. Because if you extend them, all you're doing is spread it out even more. So that means you'll be responsible for him beyond 2027 because he's already here for 2026. That's how numbers work, man. So It is what it is. That's why I say, man, get out of the money pool of it and just deal with what you got right now with Dak and Zeke. Those your boys. You got to roll with them. You can start looking at other solutions around the team because and when we talk about money and things like that, you still got to figure out CeeDee Lamb. You still got to figure out Trayvon Diggs. And then by the time you figure them out, Parsons is like, hey, what's up? Holla at your boy. You know what? I'm here, man. Holla at me. You know, so that's just how this stuff goes, y'all. All right, and that's a little money talking from me. From 908, you're live.
Hey, Law.
What's good, man?
First off, I just want to say, all the Dak haters need to stop. You know, y'all the real cowgirl haters right there.
Right.
I can't stand how much people downmouth this man because every time he's done calling, doing his play or doing what he does, he's always on the sideline by himself. Ain't nobody coming there to assist him.
Is there like an alarm going off in the back? Where you at, fam?
Yeah, I'm at work.
Oh,
I apologize if there's too much sound. I'll try to be quick. Another thing is Kellen Moore. He need to go. He really need to go because everybody says we don't know what Dak we're going to get. We don't know what Kellen Moore we're going to get. He's either getting some cutty or he's on some edibles sometimes. That's the way I feel. But for this game, you just got to be offense and defense got to be firing all cylinders, man. I ain't trying to see us go home. So my prediction is a W and an L, and hopefully we get the win and move forward.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Boy, grinding hard, man. I love knowing that people grinding hard and they still listen to the show. I appreciate y'all so much, man, for all that y'all do. Y'all grind, I'm grinding over here, man. All right, last caller from the 205, Cam. Oh, Cam, you live.
What's happening, man? I'm gonna keep it short and keep it quick, man. It's all about, it's just do or die at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we can do is just wait till Monday and 7:15 and that's when the work gonna show. That's when the real truth gonna show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's all we really can do.
That's all we can do, man.
We
gonna talk about it all the way up to that point too, man.
Oh, yeah.
You already know how it goes, Cam. We're going to talk about this, man. And tomorrow I might do some film analysis on what Tom Brady do good, what he do bad on. You know, we're going to talk about it. We make sure we're going to cover everything. Every blade of grass going to be covered from me. And that's what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to talk about it, the good, the bad, the ugly, what we need to do in order to win and these sorts. But it all shut down on Monday. You know, on Dr. Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying? On that day. We're going to see whether or not we're going to be free at last. Man, you know what I mean?
But everybody, that's all I had to say on that. Everybody out tuning in tonight on the Jane app. Come be a part of the room. Come be a part of the family on that. We'll see y'all there. See you later on. No, how about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? Appreciate you, Cam. Thank you for calling in.
No problem.
Boy, Cam, you getting some rest over there, man. I appreciate y'all all for tuning in, for being part of this episode. I went beyond time. You know, I always say, man, 30 minutes on phone calls end up being 2 hours. But I'm glad that you guys, y'all might want to screenshot that so the next time y'all in an argument with someone, cut that. Well, you're gonna have $80 million. 89. I'm leaving out 9. Don't y'all know how much $9 million is? You're gonna have $89 million of dead. Is that DEAD cap space? Y'all screenshot that, man. Y'all screenshot that. So in the contract itself is a type of contract that states that there's no trade clause. So if you one of those guys that would say to yourself, all right, I'm willing to not support this team because of this particular quarterback. I love this team, but I don't like the quarterback. You just got to deal with this dude until at least, I'm looking at these numbers right here. Dead 89, dead 39. Can y'all see with your hand? Dead 39, dead 21, dead 20. It's to the year. Because I refuse to eat $21 million of dead cap space. You know what I'm saying? It's just money just sitting there for the year 2025. It don't get comfortable until year 2026. So if you want to take 3 years off from supporting this team, then there's the door. Come back at the year 2027. We would still accept y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we do most of y'all anyway. You know what I'm saying? Suspend your fandom. Look, Eric Mack says, oh my gosh, man. Oh my God, Eric Mack, you gonna suspend your fandom until the year 2026. I'll see you in 3 years. Because regardless, I'm rooting for this team. Regardless, Dak Prescott ain't gonna make me hate this team. Jerry Jones, I root for this team before he bought this team. He didn't ruin my fandom. He fired Tom Landry. I'm like, no! He didn't ruin my fandom for this team. I was mad at him. Then all of a sudden, we start winning. So shout out to Jerry. So, but if you can, matter of fact, I'm going to have to, I need from one of my people that's out there that's good in like creating like an application. And if you want to suspend your fandom, let us know now, so we can put in there, I'm suspending, like on the top of your application, I'm suspending my fandom for the Cowboys due to Dak Prescott being the quarterback. Can y'all, for this team to at least the year of 2026. So somebody can create an application, and I will post it out there on Twitter so that you guys can fill the application out, let me know so that I know who I'm dealing with, right? And it'd be crazy. Y'all fill that out, and then we fool around and start winning. I would say, see, y'all was the reason why we wasn't winning. Y'all go ahead and say suspend your fandom because of Dak Prescott to the year 2026 or 2027. I will accept your application, and I'll categorize y'all into a category there, like Eric Mack, and then we'll keep it moving. I'm supporting this team. They can have me out there as quarterback. I won't let them know. Like, no, look, I would prefer somebody else. But y'all know how this thing goes, man. A new OC and a new QB. This is from Brown Boy. Well, that won't be new until the year of 2026. That's the minimum. Because if not, the Cowboys will eat $39 million in next season, $89 million. That's 90. I'm going to repeat this again. And the year after that, $40 million. And the year after that, $21 million. Ain't no way. It is impossible, man. We're not in this day and time and the economy and everything else. Y'all can jump ship and go elsewhere. But I'm supporting this team all the way. They can bring back Vinny Testaverde. Vinny Testaverde will be y'all starting quarterback. And Law is so delusional. Law is so unreal that he still supports this team. Although they bring back Vinny Testaverde, right? Quincy Carter, all of those boys. They can have Tony Romo to come out of the booth. I'm going to still root for this team. You know what I mean? They can have Drew Henson. I'm still rooting for this team. I may be mad about them, but I say, hey, we getting some good draft picks now, baby. They can bring Cam Newton out there. And if we lose, we lose. But I'm going to say, hey, man, I'm going down with the fight. I'm locked in. Solitary confinement. Give me peace and liberty. Give me the drums. Sam Williams has an arrest warrant. Are you telling the truth or are you trying to spoof me over here? Let me double check. Let me measure twice. I hate breaking news right before I leave. Let me see. Sam Williams. Oh, okay. Over the Corvette crash? God, diggity dog. Let me see what they got. This we're going to go all over the airways. Cowboys Sam Williams arrest warrant is issued over the Corvette crash. Stop my music, man. Why you gonna give me this music on my way out? Let me stop it right quick. Let me read this real quick. All right, and an arrest warrant has been issued from Dallas Cowboys. Sam Williams, TMZ, has learned over his alleged role in the violent car crash last month. That's something, man. Come on, man. It's always something, man. I know we going to the Super Bowl now. You know, they try to, the Illuminati to enter the room. You know, they try to.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
According to the police spokesman, at this time, there is no plan to find any arrests. William is the 23-year-old football player has contacted and to turn himself in. I hate this, man. It's a money grab. It's a money grab to me. Yeah, that's the pictures right there. All right. If stopped by the police, he would be arrested then. But I thought they hit him. No.
All I remember is a previous car went by really fast without yelling, and then I was driving straight. I guess another car went, and I looked over, and I was getting hit from the side, the driver's side.
Why they want to arrest him?
I just held on real tight to the steering wheel, tried to brace myself, and I was just going everywhere. And then I don't know, it stopped, and then all I was hearing is get out the car, smoking. So I was trying my best to find the button, because that kind of car have a button, not a whatever. Right. But once I got out, everybody, I guess, had their phones out. I was like, there's no way you lived that. There's no way you lived that. And I turned around. I was like, look at my effing car. I just bought that car. And then we tried to help the lady out, but her door was jammed, so we had to wait till the fire department get there and open it.
Why they want to arrest him, man?
People say, there's no way you live. Did you look back and think, how did I survive that?
Yeah.
All right. Emotional damage, yeah. Come on, man. The car hit him, man. All right, so. All right, well. When I say this, man, I want you guys to understand this right here. When you are doing good, people are going to look for things to count that against you. There are people relishing this moment, believe it or not, and not understanding that the lives of those that's in that wreck, they are alive, right? But in order to proceed, a lot of people will sully you, denigrate you, cast lies upon you, taint your beautiful name, your image, and all that you represent to get ahead. They call it fortune and fame. We stuck in this game. All of my name, we all gonna die. We bleed through similar veins, right? Fame, that's what we look for, right? A misdemeanor warrant, yep. But it goes down as an egregious thing. We live in a world where we are vibrational beings. Frequency, the communications of lowering the vibration. I know I can do a high vibrational content, right? And be on a whole nother sector, be considered like Bro Polite, 19 Keys, and all of those boys over there. But I chose not to. I just love what I'm doing here, right? Shout out to my guys over there. Shout out to my boys, the higher consciousness, right? Speaking into a metaphysical sense of what we need to do in this plane, in this dimension. The negative forces feed off of us, right? But I come here to tell you guys, regardless of what the enemy may present to you, they would yell out all of the misdoings. They will yell out all of your shortcomings and whisper your success. They whispered last year 12-5. They whispered the fact that we've been back-to-back playoff times since 2007, right? They whispering this out. The 12-5, us losing to the Washington team. You know, they yelled it out. Look at the Cowboys. They whispered what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just did against the Atlanta Falcons. They lost, but they whispered. They whispered. You see, the Cowboys are the organization that everyone despises, hate. They want to only use us as clickbait and beyond. And if, lo and behold, they don't care about your feelings, they don't care about what you went through because you got the silver and blue on your head. They do. That's just what it is. If Dak Prescott played for any team, he'll be considered a legend, a beacon of light and hope, a 4th-round draft pick doing all of these crazy numbers, right? Against all odds. A man that lost his mother. A man that lost his brother to suicide. A man that came back from compound fracture injuries, right? A man that broke his thumb, right? But by him playing for the Dallas Cowboys, those things are dismissed. Those things are not considered worthy. And those things are considered, that's normal. They normalize that. Heavy is the crown. But if he was playing for any other team, he would be glorified and lifted up. They would have figured out ways to put things around said player, right? But neither here nor there. I told you guys before that this world would chew you up and spit you out. This world will look at you and say, hey, we gonna pick on you. We gonna shut you down. That's why I tell people, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting or lied about, don't deal in lies or hate it and yet give way to hate it, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can write this one down with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, and write this one down and store it in your heart. If you can bear to hear the truth you spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your whole life for, broken and stooped and built back up again with worn out tools. The consciousness of Sam, that even in the wreck, he tried to get out to help the young lady. And I promise you, she was advised that, hey, this guy is a multi-millionaire. Let's hit him where it hurts. Let's put out an arrest for this man. Let's make sure we get back and recoup the things that we lost. Let's make sure we put him down. They could have served those papers last month, but they want to serve it now. Why? It's playoff time. Don't you guys know that everybody listening to that message, low vibration? More people, they care about Sam Williams. Of course they care about the lady. Now they're going to say, hey, that 1 to 2 hours of them communicating about Sam going to throw off a lot of things. That's what the enemy like to do, ladies and gentlemen. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you will simply go after the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset it with the help of Almighty, you will get it. It's a lot of things that's going that you guys don't see. It's a lot of money and the tilt of the scale. Why defense? That's the most thing that can put harm to Tom Brady. Sam Williams is one of the most guys that can put harm to him. Not the offensive player, but the defense. That's why they attack. We dealing with things that's beyond this scale of what we can see with our natural eyes. We dealing with things that about money. betting is legal in this situation. And if I can put something in the hearts and minds of the people that's on the other side, I was started by leaking out this. I was started by selling that. I was sway the mind of someone else to say, hey, you know what? Maybe that guy didn't pay his taxes. I will start bringing up storylines to keep the opposition from focusing in. Don't y'all know it's the focus attention? I said this and I'm going to say this once again. It's quite strange that we don't hear the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting job interviews. I don't see people out there talking about Eric Bieniemy getting called in for an interview, and I could be wrong. I haven't been listening to the news. But they will try to sully the waters with Kellen Moore. He need all of his focus and all of his attention on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But now, all of a sudden, hey, let's bring him in for a cup of coffee. And he got to out-leverage that. He got to sway that, speak to his wife and say, hey, Carolina's not that bad. They want to fly me in immediately after this game. If I can take your mind off just for a few seconds, that's all it takes. We talking about a game of inches. We talk about preparations. We talking about getting your mindset together. And everybody, as much as I'm preaching this out to you all, it will go into one ear, out the other. It will go into one ear, out the other. It's talking about playing chess right now. Denver Broncos could have waited to after Monday to say, hey, Dan Quinn, we want to bring you in. But why? Why bring him in now? To throw him off kilter. Y'all don't see the fight. It's a fight within the fight. Play my music back again. Play my music back again. That's what this is all about, y'all. They still mad at Jerry for suing the National Football League in 1996. No other owner did that. They still want to snatch the headlines, y'all. They doing it. That's why these guys got to have it in their minds to be rooted in. This is going to be a long week. We would know the mercy of all of the other teams that's in the playoff outside of the 2 number 1 seeds on the AFC and, of course, the NFC. But we would know their fate. We would know whether or not the Niners are advancing. We would know whether or not the other teams will be able to move on. Right? We in the last game. All of the attention is going to be on Monday Night Football. And why not add extra sweeteners to it? Come on. Everybody gonna watch the Monday Night Football game. Even the teams that lost on that Sunday or Saturday. Let's go. Yes, indeed. Roy Williams said you don't need a warrant for a traffic accident. Right. Unless he fled the scene, unless there were other things involved within the confines of that traffic accident. But what you can get is still in headlines and throw the attentions away. And low vibrations, have you ever been, I don't feel like leaving y'all today now that he sent that thing out to me. Have you ever been around somebody negative? Have you ever been around somebody that's in a bad mood and all of a sudden it rubs off on you? Have you ever been around someone that was positive? Have you ever been around someone that had that good glow to them and that rubs off on you? I just told y'all we vibrational creatures, right? We are frequency beings trapped in this body. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, you have a 95% chance, I think it's 95 to 97% chance more of winning an interview when you smile. Or winning attention to someone when you smile. See, just like I'm smiling right now, I'm more likable when you smile, collectively for the psychology of the mind, you see. Because it leaves a positive reinforcement. It's like me open up my third eye so that you guys can see the whole terrain. Not just in the prisms of the things that you see, but the things that you can feel. Even as far as where I am from you, you can feel my presence right now. You know, that's what we up against. I just controlled your mind right now. and I'm far off in the studio in Dallas. See how that goes, ladies and gentlemen? Boy, we dealing with things that's beyond most people can even think of. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let me get on up out of here, though. Let's go, baby. No days off. Let's continue to grind and shine. Let's understand that this right here is just the game at the end. But the pawns are still the players. And this world will chew you up and spit you out. That's what they do. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care. Watch the movie Enemy of the State. There's truth in movies. Watch that movie and how they destroyed everything around Will Smith in that movie and Gene Hackman. Watch that movie. Good movie, by the way. Now play my theme music. Come on.
Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let her, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, yeah. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens.
I don't know what's going on with my roll the credits. Come on.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same.
Roll credits, baby.
Take some losses when I play.
They don't want to roll my credits. Come on. Appreciate y'all so much, man.
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck, and now still the same. Now switching sides, now it's about loyalty.
It's broke.
For the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment.
Shout out to you, Gina.
What's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it.
Maybe if I go out, come back in. Come on, 1, 2, 3, let's go back in there.
Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it to the gym.
Roll those credits, man. Come on. There we go. Down. Shout out to Korea thing, and it shall be established. Had to squeeze the system. The system didn't like me right now. Lamont, Rebel Rev, 95, Rhonda, appreciate you. Christopher, 214. Kenneth Lott, The Lunatic, Razor, appreciate you. Telio, appreciate you. Spencer, Texas Jr. JT, shout out to you, James. J. Worthy, Taylor. Verde, hear the drum song, appreciate you. And Jesus Lopez. You know, even on my way out, a prize fighter continues to swing even when he's down. And even though the system, you see the system, it's a storyline within a storyline. It's like allegory. The system didn't want to roll my credits, but I stood tall and I stood there and fought. And look at the credits on the string. You can't stop a tank with no key. You can't stop a person with determination. Boy, I can talk to the ant that's eating a chip on the side of the grass. You know what I'm saying? That fell out of your mouth and I can make a storyline out of it. Baby, ain't that something? Come on, y'all. You know that life right there. Thank God for the ant. You know what I'm saying? To clean up a mess. But the ant that was looking for food, that was hungry, ate the chip that fell out of somebody's mouth today. How about that, huh? I can't make this stuff up, huh? Come on. Ain't nobody mad. Come on. But the haters. On our way out, be sure to hit that like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Again. Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
and you.
Don't let the street lights lead you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone.
Revel Day is the artist.
Can I be your player too?
I follow.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, player too. 7 years of imperfect love, 7 more and another one.
And another one.
And another one. Fighting you was the one I lost. 7 wonders all in one.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
All in one.
Come on, man.
Don't let the street lights
Hit you all alone. It's danger, baby.
pray for rain. Gotta deal with the mud too. To go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too?
I follow. Come on.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, play it too. If a paper crane can fly,
Paper Crane is the song name.
so far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
For those who always ask me for the song, here it is in the description box on the Facebook page too. It's also in the chat area. So Revel Day by Paper Crane. Let's go. Shout out to you, I Am Awake, Choctaw, Sean D, and Trey.
You have to be your biggest fan.
Paper Crane
And
was the name of that
they're
song.
really tough and they're really
Brought to
rough
you by
and nothing's
Hits
working,
and Oldies.
but there's something inside of me that says,
Magic.
I just have to follow that.
105 point
Because you don't know who you're
long. The station.
Get your damn act together.
The truth! You can't handle the truth!
Soft souls of hits and oldies. How they be hits and oldies. Magic. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Emotional damage!
Because you don't know who you're going to
Until next time. Salute. It would be nice if I was one of those late night radio guys. Soft souls of hits and oldies. The groove. One man can take over the Cowboys. Could it be Law Nation? Sports.
You really adopted the dark. I was born in it. We're gonna have a good visit, but settle down just a little bit. You don't have patience to jack with you today.
With the 32nd pick, The Dallas Cowboys select Tommy Montoya. Eric Mack with the second pick of the NFL draft. The Cowboys select Eric Mack. That would be dope, wouldn't it? Shout out to you, Eric.
Be your biggest fan.
Salute.
And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you